Good evening and welcome into another evening of Wranglers hockey, where once again it'll be the Amarillo Wranglers and the Oklahoma Warriors in another South Division showdown. Hi everybody, I'm Chiarenza bringing you the action from Blazers Ice Center tonight, in which should be another exciting matchup between the Wranglers and the Warriors. All three previous games these teams have played against each other have gone right down to the wire. In the first game back at the Budweiser bullpen, it was a 5-3 Wranglers win, with Amarillo scoring twice in the final of the minute of that game to break the 3-3 tie and come away with the win. And then the next night, Wranglers won 3-2 in overtime, where Connor McNaughton got the overtime winner. Most recently last night, Wranglers won once again 3-2 in overtime, but this time Topi Puikkonen got the overtime winner for the Wranglers. So it's going to be a fun evening tonight between the Wranglers and the Warriors. Again, seems like every time these two teams meet, it comes right down to the wire, so we're going to stick around to the very last second of this one to find out how it ends, because you just never know when these two teams meet up. Fourth meeting of the season between the Wranglers and the Warriors. They will play 8 times throughout the course of the year. The fifth matchup will be tomorrow night, and the next time these two teams will see each other will be early February in Amarillo. As after that, it will just be only 3 games in the set. So getting a lot of those out of the way here between last weekend and this weekend, and these two teams have become very familiar with each other, kind of treating it like a playoff series, really, where in the middle of the season, see opponent 5 straight times, treat it like a playoff series. And the Wranglers made a good point this afternoon, is if it was a playoff series, the Wranglers, having won 3 games, have already won the series. So confidence is riding high in the Amarillo locker room, as they have gone toe-to-toe with the defending champs 3 times so far, and they've bested them in each contest. So let's go back to last night's game. Wranglers win 3-2 in overtime. Roman Zapp opened the scoring for the Wranglers. He had a nasty goal in the second period to tie the game up at 1. And Topi Puikkonen with a power play goal in the first quarter of the third period tied the game up at 2. And then, of course, in overtime, Puikkonen would get his second goal of the game as the game winner. And with that game, with that performance last night from Puikkonen, that was his 5th multi-point game, and that ties him with Jack Ivey for the most on the team at this point in the season. This is game number 14 for the Wranglers on the young campaign, slowly working their way up the standings as they're still catching up in games played with some other teams around the division, as the Wranglers didn't play before the showcase and they didn't play the weekend after either. So starting to get those games in, 3 games set this weekend. So Wranglers starting to work their way up the standings, picking up some wins, and currently they're now on a 4-game win streak. So the Wranglers seem to have caught fire as of late. See if they can keep it up again tonight. Alex Papaspropoulos and Nolan Gagnon each picked up 2 assists, so they record multi-point games as well. And Connor McDonough got the start in goal last night, stopping 23 of 25 shots in the victory. Big key part of last night's game, though, was the penalties that were called on both sides. The power play has been clicking for Amarillo over the last 5 games. They've scored a power play in each of those last 5 games. They were 1 for 7 last night, and the penalty kill was 7 for 8. So special teams units were tested a lot. Penalty kill did its job on most occasions, except for in the second period when Nathan Rickey took a shot from the blue line that went by Connor McDonough, who was screened. Not much he could have done about that shot, as he didn't see it. But otherwise, the Wranglers' penalty kill was almost perfect. And then the power play, of course, clicking again for the 5th straight game. So the Wranglers just continue to find a way to win close games, as they are 5-1-1 in 1-goal games, and also 4-1 in overtime. So it seems like the game is coming right down to the wire. It goes to extra time. The Wranglers are well suited to come away with the victory. Wranglers seem to be spreading the wealth in terms of points. There are 7 skaters on the roster with 10 or more points, 6 forwards and 1 defenseman. That lone defenseman is Nolan Gagnon, and he leads the team, leads D-men in points with 12, and he leads the team in assists with 10. So this is a guy that comes onto the roster in training camp, certainly makes a name for himself early on, as he has been excellent as an offensive defenseman for the Wranglers. It's another game in the Austin Hose rivalry series in the quest for the Hoser Cup. Wranglers currently have a nice lead built up After their games with Odessa and Oklahoma over the last couple of weeks, Amarillo has amassed 4 points. Odessa has 1, and Oklahoma still looking for their first point in the Austin Hose rivalry series. Remember, every game that Amarillo and Oklahoma play, well, Amarillo, Odessa, and Oklahoma. So let me rephrase that. Every game that the Wranglers are involved in between either Odessa and Oklahoma, the victor will be awarded 1 point. And so since every single game in the Austin Hose Rivalry Cup Series has featured the Wranglers up to this point, the victor has been awarded 1 point on each occasion. So Wranglers have 4 points, Odessa has 1. That 1 point they got against the Wranglers was in that overtime game against Odessa, or the Jackalopes won. The Wranglers' only overtime loss, where Cad Lasik scored the overtime winner. And every game that Odessa and Oklahoma play, the victor will be awarded 2 points because those two teams only meet 4 times, and the Wranglers square off with both of those other two teams 8 times. If you do the math in your head, it all ends up working out. So it should be another exciting game as both teams have their sights set on the Hoser Cup. As I said, the last 3 games versus Oklahoma were decided in overtime. Wranglers came away with the win on both occasions. Well, you got to watch out for 2 guys on the Oklahoma roster. Drew Sutton scored last night shorthanded. In 11 games this season, he's got 9 goals and 7 assists for 16 points. And then Caden Nelson seems to be all over the place for the Warriors. 15 games, he's got 8 goals, 9 assists for 17 points. So those 2 guys are the leading scorers for the Oklahoma Warriors. Leading scorers for the Wranglers, we have a new leader in the points department for Amarillo. Topi Puikkonen with his 2-goal performance last night now has 9 goals and 8 assists on the season. He's got 17 points. So 17 points for number 17 makes him the leader in the clubhouse. Right behind him is Jack Ivey with 10 goals and 6 assists for 16 points, although Jack Ivey still leads the team in goals with 10. So the Wranglers getting depth scoring throughout the course of their lineup. Speaking of the lineup, we'll get to those right now. As for the home Oklahoma Warriors, they will open up with their second line. Number 17, Carter Spruill, will be on the left wing. Centering that line is Owen Carlisle, the Michigan man, number 27 for Oklahoma. And on the right side, on that right wing, is number 7, Caden Nelson, who we were just talking about. Native of Grand Rapids, Minnesota, is off to a good start to the year. And that'll round out the starting line on forwards for the Warriors. And on defense, Warriors will send out their third pairing of number 15, Ollie Chesler. And on the right side, number 26, Nathan Rickey, who, as I mentioned before, picked up that second Warriors goal on the power play in the second period of last night's game. Different goaltender in net tonight for the Warriors. We're going to go with number 35, Dylan Johnson, who Wranglers fans saw last Saturday at the Budweiser bullpen. He gets the nod in net tonight for the Warriors. Now on to the Wranglers lineup. Wranglers will also start out their second line. The aforementioned Topi Puikkonen, leading the Wranglers in points, will be on the left side. Left wing, number 17, Topi Puikkonen. Centering that line is number 77, Alex Papaspropoulos. And on the right side, number 89, Roman Zapp. That line seems to have great chemistry, as those 3 are not only able to score goals, but they're also able to play very well defensively. And as a result, that line, or I guess the members of that line, are some of the leaders on the team in plus-minus. Roman Zapp is a +9 on the season. Papaspropoulos is a +5. And Puikkonen is a +2 on the season. So that line putting in good work for the Wranglers. Look at the start to tonight's game. On defense, Wranglers send out their first defense pairing of number 14, Trey Williams on the left side. Right side, Nolan Gagnon. And in goal, it'll be once again Connor McDonough. Every game that the Wranglers have played the Warriors, McDonough's gotten the start, and so far, he's been perfect. He's picked up 3 wins against the Warriors. McDonough is 6-2-1 with 9 appearances on the season. He's got a 2.44 goals against average and a .913 save percentage. Wranglers return to him once again tonight, as they'll look to get the job done again against the defending champs. The backup to McDonough tonight will be number 33, Luka Gons. Also noteworthy for the Wranglers tonight is got 2 players coming back from suspensions. Number 21, Morley Phillips, comes back into the lineup after missing the last 3 games due to a suspension, as does number 16 on defense, Colin Doherty. gets back into the lineup, and I talked to both of those guys earlier on, and they are very, very excited to be back in the lineup and playing hockey once again, as they were both suspended 3 games after the incident that occurred at the most recent Odessa game in Amarillo. So they're back in the lineup, looking to make a big impact. Looks like Doherty's going to be paired up with number 2, Kyle DeMarco. So that pairing is back once again. And newly acquired defenseman Drew Jeffers, who will play in his 4th game as a Wrangler, will be paired up with number 25, TJ Ritchie. That's something that we saw a little bit last night, where in the later stages of the game you started to see Ritchie and Jeffers paired up together. And so with Doherty coming back into the lineup, they'll return him with Kyle DeMarco, his former D partner before he got suspended. And Drew Jeffers will play with TJ Ritchie. So it'll be interesting to see how that D-core fares tonight. Looks to be pretty solid for the Wranglers. And the extra defenseman will be number 5, Henry McRoberts, who's also had a nice start to the season himself. Wranglers' top forward line will consist of number 93, Jack McDonald, number 4, Ben Ivey, number 6, Jack Ivey, to round out that top forward line. Of course, we talked all about Jack Ivey and his point totals, but you can't talk about one Ivey without talking about the other. Ben Ivey on the season. He's got 5 goals, 7 assists for 12 points. He picked up another assist last night. And so that's certainly a line to watch out for the Wranglers. And on that third line, you've got number 18, Grayson Gerhard on the left wing. Number 27, Connor McNaughton centering that line. McNaughton's been on fire as of late, although he saw his goal-scoring streak and his point streak end last night. He'll look to start a new one this evening. And on his right wing will be number 11, Luke Morris. And on the 4th line, Tommy Chunchikov on the left wing. Morley Phillips down the middle. And on the right side, the old 3-9er, Corson McGuire, rounds out the forward group for the Wranglers. As they announce the starting lineups in-house. Wranglers are already out on the ice. Warriors coming out of the tunnel as well. And what's going to be another exciting evening between the Wranglers and the Warriors. Of course, when the Wranglers think back and you talk about if this was a playoff series, and you know, it's always hypothetical. I mean, playoff time is playoff time and regular season time is regular season time. But again, if this was a playoff series, the Wranglers would have won the series already, claiming the first 3 games of the season series. And it's kind of ironic if you think about it, because these two teams met in the Robertson Cup playoffs last spring, with Oklahoma defeating the Wranglers en route to their first Robertson Cup championship. So the Wranglers' revenge is certainly on the mind, and so far they've done a good job of taking care of business against the Warriors. Still a lot of hockey to be played this season, but Wranglers are on the right track against a very skilled Oklahoma team. Coming up next is the national anthem, and afterwards we'll have first period puck drop from Blazers Ice Center in Oklahoma City.
This is Trace Day, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Good, perfect.
We are all set and ready to go from Blazers Ice Center in Oklahoma City. Second game of the 3-game set here in OKC. Third game of a 5-game set overall between the Wranglers and the Warriors, who met last weekend in Amarillo. Once again, the Wranglers claimed both contests, are currently in the midst of a 4-game winning streak. So we'll see if they can extend that to 5 with another victory here tonight, although the Warriors are not going to make it easy on the Wranglers. As I mentioned before, it seems like every time these two teams meet, the game always comes down to the final minute, or even then some in overtime. So pull up a chair, get a snack, drink of your choice, because it looks like it's going to be a fun evening, and maybe even a long evening between the Wranglers and the Warriors. Getting the starting goal for the Warriors, number 35, Dylan Johnson. Last time we saw him was in Amarillo when the Wranglers claimed a 3-2 overtime victory. Johnson, in 4 games played, has 2 wins, 1 regulation loss, and 1 overtime loss. And he's got a 3.22 goals against average on the year. Wranglers turn to Connor McDonough once again, as he has a record of 6-2-1 on the year, a 2.44 goals against average, and a .913 save percentage. The Wranglers will rely on him tonight. As Roman Zapp will take the draw against Carlisle, and away we go from OKC. Big hit to start the game in the neutral zone by Gagnon on a Warrior. Sproul, who was the recipient of that hit. Wranglers will dump it down to the OKC zone to start the game. Now Puikkonen slams a man up against the near side boards. That was Carlisle. Sproul moves in, takes a shot. It's blocked out in front. Picked up by Gagnon. Move it right side. Finds Papaspropoulos. Work it up ahead for Puikkonen. Puikkonen will chop it up ahead. Racing after it is Zapp. Now he's impeded a bit by the Warrior defense. They come away with the puck. Left side, they move it. Into the middle now is Bruick. He'll take a shot. Good block by DeMarco. Sends it to the near wall. Picked back up by Bruick. He'll drop it off for Vig, who takes a shot. Goes into the body of McDonald. And will carry the puck back out to center ice and backhand it deep into Oklahoma territory. He'll roll around the wall to the far corner. Ben Ivy works it up to Doherty. Can't hold it at the line. Jack Ivy out there to help out. Collides with his own teammate McDonald. Wranglers are able to keep possession of the puck though. Marco works it up ahead. The Warriors will contest it and send it over the Wrangler line, but not for long. As Jack Ivy sends it to the neutral zone, and now the Warriors zone. Teams trading possession here to open the game. As now Brenner carries it over the center line and will dump it in. He goes off for a change. Grayson Gerhardt comes on for the Wranglers. They get a partial change themselves. Drew Jeffers, right side. Moves into Oklahoma ice, tries to slide around Fleming. Although the Oklahoma defenseman one's going to make it easy for him. Puck rolls around to the near side wall. Oklahoma trying to exit their own zone here. Move it right side. Send it right wall and down past McDonough. Puck up for grabs behind the Wranglers' net. Elliott with it now, tries to go around Ritchie. Ritchie will send it towards the boards. Elliott picks the puck back up below the goal line. He finds Grostidier, who takes a big hit from Grayson Gerhardt, and the arm is raised. It looks like Gerhardt is going to go. Well, see what happens here. Looks like it's TJ Ritchie that's going to go to the penalty box for the Wranglers. That is our first penalty of the game. And Oklahoma will head to the power play. Off the draw, hit it to Ricky at the line. We'll send it across for Sutton. Back up to the line for Ricky. Left side, Nelson to the middle, across for Dronin, and sprawling out to make the save was McDonough. On his belly like a starfish, is somehow able to cover the puck and hold it. 11 seconds burned off the power play to Oklahoma. Good chance early on for the Warriors on that power play. Cross crease pass almost had McDonough beat, but the New Jersey native was able to make the save off the ensuing draw. Sutton, right side, sends it down low for Dronin. Tries to spin away from Doherty, making his return to the lineup after suspension. Ricky, left side for Nelson. Throw it across for Dronin again, and he fans on the one-timer. Picks up the loose change. Finds Sutton, skates at the top of the far circle. Gets to the line for Ricky, who takes a shot. It'll skitter up a stick and go out of play. Looked like it was the stick of Ben Ivy that sent that puck up into the protective netting, so we get another stoppage with 1:28 to go on the power play. Roaming the far circle of the Wranglers zone. Carlisle will take it against Zapp. Draw goes into the feet of the official, and they're trying to hack at it and try and get it out. Official almost loses an edge as a lot of sticks were jamming at it. Oklahoma comes away with it. Left side, shot from Chesler. Goes into the slot, bounces around, and moves to the far corner where it's picked up by Bruick. Get it to the point for Elliott. Go along the line, go left side for Chesler. Back up top to Elliott. Bruick, right side, top of the circle, takes a shot. Pad save by McDonough. Rebound comes to Howard. He'll get it back to Bruick at the far half wall. Bruick in, shot, goes over the net. And Chesler's barely able to hold it at the blue line. Backhands it to Carlisle. Tries to slide across to Elliott, but a good disruptive stick by the Wranglers. And they'll clear and kill more time off the penalty to TJ Ritchie. 16:23 to go in the first period. Oklahoma still has 36 seconds of power play time. Carlisle carries it over the Wranglers line. McRoberts defending him. Have to chop it up to the near point, where Chesler turns it over, and Ben Ivy will send it back down to Johnson. Here come the Warriors again, maybe looking for one last chance on the power play as Chesler is met by a few Wranglers in the neutral zone. Ivy almost picked his pocket. Cross pass for Dronin. He'll move into the slot, take a shot. Pad save by McDonough. Can't cover the puck, comes back to Nelson. Up top for Chesler, Sutton, across, Nelson, shot, save made by McDonough. Oh boy, Connor McDonough showing off his reflexes early on in the first period. Marco throws it up to the neutral zone, looking for Corson McGuire. He'll spin away from pressure. He's get it up ahead for Morley Phillips, who's also re-entered the lineup. Phillips will chase it deep into Oklahoma ice. Warriors will swat at it, get it to the near side wall. Try and play it up ahead for Nelson. He'll streak in. No icing. Puck comes around to the near side wall. Picked up by McGuire. He'll try and throw it up ahead for Phillips. It's batted down by a Warrior stick, and now Phillips will do the job himself and dump it in where Chunchikov will chase after it. Will Brenner, left side, finds Rosa. He'll try and flip it high in the neutral zone for Nelson. He's able to corral it, send it down to McDonough, who's waiting to play the puck. He'll backhand it to the near corner for Papastropoulos. Shot from Oklahoma, pad save by McDonough there. Sneaky shot from the wall. So the Wranglers are able to come away with the puck in the neutral zone. Turn it over at their own line. Rosa will backhand it ahead, but in the fray of all that, looks like Oklahoma was offside. 14:27 to go in the first. Looks like there's some blood in front of the Wranglers bench. Not quite sure whose it is. I think Ryan Anderson wanted somebody to come scoop that up, but it remains out there. As the Wranglers scoop up the puck deep in their own zone. Try and work it up ahead for Zapp along the near wall. He gets swarmed by Warriors. Shot there, goes wide of the net. Racing after it was Fleming, but Wranglers are able to work it back up to the neutral zone. Drew Jeffers It's taken down at center ice. Wranglers want to call. Looks like they're going to get it. Puikkonen into the slot. Takes a shot. Save made by Johnson. Wranglers pick up the loose puck. Got the extra attacker out there, but Warriors are able to touch up. And the Wranglers will get their first power play chance of the evening. So it's Boulanger going into the box for Oklahoma. Wranglers power play will get to work. Power play hovering at about 15% on the year. Ivy brothers out there with Puikkonen, McDonald, and Gagnon. Off the draw, Wranglers pick up the puck. McDonald gets it far point for Ivy. Send it back to Jack at the half wall. Jack McDonald to the line for Gagnon. Send it to Ben Ivy near circle. Drop it off for Gagnon. Skate to the half wall. Tries to send it below the goal line for Puikkonen. Throw one towards the middle, bounces back towards him. He'll carry it to the far side. Exchange it with McDonald. He'll move into the high slot. Take a shot and a pad save by Johnson, and the Warriors sweep it away. A little over 30 seconds off the power play. Wranglers will quickly go back to work. Ben Ivy goes it right side for Puikkonen. Sees it tap off his stick. The Warriors, very disruptive there, are able to send it back towards the Wranglers. Puikkonen, right side. He'll tap it in for McDonald, who chases after it. He'll roll it around to the far point for Gagnon. Backhand it to Jack Ivy. Tries to skate towards the slot. Sees it knocked off his stick to Gagnon. Puikkonen up top for Gagnon. Takes a shot, and it's blocked by Nelson. Gagnon gets it back. Goes right side for Ivy. McDonald fires. Blocked by Chesler. Comes to Ben Ivy. Gets it back up to the line for Gagnon. Across. Left side, Jack Ivy. Drops it off for Nolan Gagnon. Send it down low to the far corner for McDonald. Up top for Jack Ivy. Left side, Gagnon takes a shot. Pad save by Johnson. Comes back to Gagnon. Far point, sends it towards the middle. Across for Ben Ivy. And he just fanned on the one-timer attempt. Gagnon holds it in at the line. Has to go left side for McDonald, but the Warriors pick off that pass and will send it back down. 18 seconds of power play time remaining. Maybe one last chance here for the Wranglers as they get a change, and the second power play unit comes out. Williams moves it right side for McNaughton. He'll move over the Warrior line. Twist at the corner, get it back up top for Doherty. Near point, backhands it for Papaspropoulos at the circle. Centers one, saved by Johnson, and we're back to 5-on-5 strength. Warriors come away with the puck. Sutton, right side to Howard, and they're offside with 11:44 to go in the first. So both teams already with a power play opportunity in tonight's game. Both teams are 0 for 1 on power play, but silver lining for the Wranglers, 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. So we got a different officiating crew than what we had last night, where we saw a ton of penalties. We'll be back in 1 minute on NATV and YouTube.
This is Trace Day, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Dude, perfect.
Welcome back to the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube, where it's a scoreless game, 11:44 to go in the first period. Both teams had a chance on the power play. Both teams are 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. Different officiating crew than what we saw last night, where there were 44 combined penalty minutes, 22 for Amarillo, 20 for Oklahoma. I don't think we're going to see that again, but you never know as the puck goes out of play with 11:37 to go in the first period. Reminder that this is another game in the Austin Hose rivalry series where the Wranglers have already picked up 4 points. Odessa has 1, Oklahoma has 0. Draw from center ice is won by Oklahoma. They'll go D to D, big. Feels the pressure from McDonald, bounces off McDonald's stick, comes to Ben Ivy. Let's get it back to McDonald, but Warriors get in the way of it. Right side, Howard throws it towards the middle. It's picked off by Jack Ivy. They'll quickly move the other way. McDonald, offensively, tries to center it for Doherty. Can't get the shot away. Comes to Jack Ivy. Rifles a shot on goal. And a pad save from Johnson. Good look there for the Wranglers. Doherty loses an edge in his own zone. Picks the puck back up and turns it over. Speck to the middle. Homer back to Speck. And he scores. So it's Sebastian Speck breaking the deadlock. Warriors draw first blood. And for Speck, that is his 2nd goal of the year. For the Wranglers, costly turnover in their own zone led to that opportunity between Homer and Speck where they kind of play back and forth going across the slot. And then eventually Speck was able to put it home, give the Warriors a 1-0 lead. Warriors also scored the first goal in last night's game, although that didn't come until the 2nd period. But nonetheless, the Warriors scored first in last night's game, where the Wranglers ultimately were able to come away with the victory in overtime. Wranglers are 3-3-1 when their opponent scores first. They'll look to try and make that 4-3-1 after surrendering the first goal in tonight's game. As off the ensuing draw, puck comes to Williams. In the comfort of his own zone, will send it across to Ghanen, who works it to the neutral zone looking for McGuire, but it hopped off the stick, and the Warriors have possession. Right side, Homer, who picked up the assist on the Speck goal, will send it in deep, looking for Speck again. Ghanen's the first one on it. He'll be directed to the near corner where they'll battle for it. Puck squeaks over to McGuire. Tries to get out of his own zone. Still has it. He'll carry it out to center ice. Gain the red line. And dump it in. He'll still chase after it. What a shift for Corson McGuire. As there he goes after the puck again, although the Warriors are able to come away with it. And moving to the neutral zone now is Homer. Homer will flip it in on McDonough from center ice. He'll glove it down with 10:10 to go in period 1. After the whistle, we've got a little bit of pushing and shoving as Morley Phillips was in the fray, as was Elliott. Looks like Sproul was also there as well. Draw is going to be in the far circle of the Wranglers zone to McDonough's left. Wranglers win the draw. They'll get it to McRoberts. He'll hold it below his own goal line. Work his way back up to the far wall and send the puck off the glass and into the rafters. And that calls for a whistle with 10:01 to go in period 1. So I guess that's like those rules when the Dallas Cowboys are playing in the AT&T Stadium and a kickoff hits that massive jumbotron. I guess they'll just blow it dead and get a face-off here. Once again, to the left of McDonough, far circle of the Wranglers zone. Carlisle and Zapp once again. Zapp has been excellent at taking faceoffs for the Wranglers this season, and he wins another one. Gets it to McRoberts. He will send it to his D partner. He gets tied up in the corner. Sproul is pinned up against the boards. It's Colin Doherty there for Amarillo. Now Zapp joins the fray. A few players on both sides are there, and picking it free is Doherty. Roll it up along the left wall. Chasing after it is Topi Puikkonen. He will win the puck battle, muscles it away from his opponent, gets it to Papaspropoulos, tries to center it, but the pass is intercepted by Nathan Rickey. He'll carry it over the red line, dump it in. Tries to find Nelson around to the far corner, and he's got him. Nelson to Bollinger, takes a shot. Save made by McDonough. Jeffers picks up the loose puck. He'll pick his head up, try and backhand it up to Puikkonen, but the pass is picked off by Nelson. He now sees his pass picked off by number 77, Alex Papaspropoulos. He will gain the Warriors' blue line and then flip it in as he's due for a change. Morris picks up the puck in the high slot, can't rip a shot away. Oklahoma flips it out to center ice. Comes to the stick of Gagnon, who'll move it up ahead. He's looking for Morris, gets tangled up in his skates. Anglers have to regroup. His team's trading possession here in the neutral zone. Right side, Dronin tries to shimmy around Williams, but loses an edge, and Morris picks up the puck. Moves it right side for Gerhard. Lefty shot will dot, backhand it, looking for a trailer. Only man there was Bollinger for Oklahoma. Right side, Nelson will carry it into the Wranglers zone. Nelson was around the net, wraparound chance is denied by McDonough. Morris with it now, moves it left side for McNaughton in the neutral zone. He will pitch it up ahead, nobody will chase after it. Wranglers get a full change here as the top line comes out for Amarillo. Doherty claims the puck in his own zone. Rolled around to the far side wall. Elliott from the point takes a shot, which is easily gloved by McDonough. Exactly 8 minutes on the clock in the first period. Get another stoppage. I'll be in the far circle of the Wranglers zone. Ben Ivey will be the face-off taker for Amarillo. Another guy for the Wranglers that has been really good in the face-off circle is off the draw. Warriors are able to scoop it away. Left side, Vig takes a shot, and McDonough is able to swallow that up. And he'll hold it once again. 7:55 to go in period one. Warriors with a 1-0 lead off the goal from Sebastian Speck. Wranglers trying to respond the goal of their own. Wranglers win the ensuing draw. Find Ivy up ahead in the neutral zone. Jack, that is. That's big. Collides with Ivy. Puck is loose on the near wall. Jeffers comes away with it. Finds Ritchie, who will spin it around to the near side wall. Awaiting it is Jack Ivy. On his backhand, will pitch it up to the point where Jeffers will work it down low. It'll roll around to the far side wall. Wranglers able to pick up the puck again, move it across to the near point for Jeffers. So skate, take a shot, and it's gloved down by Dylan Johnson. 7:18 to go in the first. Looks like the shot count at the moment is 8-2 in favor of the Warriors. So Wranglers trying to get some shots on goal and find their way to tie up this game as the draw will be to the left of Johnson, near circle of the Warriors zone. Amarillo wins it. Gagnon dances around the pressure, throws it towards the goal, bounces off a skate, never made its way to Johnson. Oklahoma with the puck now. It's Bollinger. Try and skate towards the middle of the neutral zone, although the puck is directed in front of the scorer's table, where it will be picked up by Dronin. Works it down low to McDonough, who's out to play it. Slamming off the far side wall. Puck comes back to Dronin. Wranglers pick his pocket. It's Tommy Chunchikov moving through the neutral zone. He collides with Bollinger, and the Warriors steal the puck away. Williams is able to get it back for Amarillo. It's Chunchikov calling for the puck in the neutral zone. Pass was behind him, and that'll be an icing on the Wranglers. The draw will come back down near Connor McDonough. Everybody that's already out there has to stay. Wranglers can't make a change here, but the Warriors can if they'd like. Right now, Amarillo has Corson McGuire, Tommy Chunchikov, Morley Phillips, Trey Williams, and Nolan Gagnon out there. Warriors win the draw. Brenner across for Thiesing, who misses the net. Was off the end wall. Wranglers trying to chop it up ahead. Morley Phillips can't take the pass. Warriors get the puck back, although it's pinned up against the corner of the Wranglers zone. See if someone's able to work it free. Someone loses their helmet. Warriors, Speck, towards the middle. Renner, backhand shot, save made by McDonough. And afterwards, we have some pushing and shoving, and other things of that nature. A lot of bad blood between Warriors and the Wranglers. Looks like that was Morley Phillips' helmet that was rolling around in the near corner of the Wranglers zone. Sebastian Speck took it back to the bench to give it back to him. So the draw will be to the right of McDonough. Near circle of the Wranglers zone. In to take it for Amarillo is Roman Zapp. Across from him is the aforementioned Sebastian Speck, who has the only goal of the game so far. 6:07 on the clock in period 1. Draw comes to McDonough. He'll glove it down and will do it again. That just took off a few seconds on the clock, so the deja vu will do it again, although maybe Speck, who's going to the bench, will come off. And he will, so Warriors get a change. Offensively, on come Carlisle, Sproul, and Nelson. It'll be Carlisle to take the draw against Zapp. Zapp wins it, gets it to Doherty. He's pressured by Sproul, but no problem. Works it along to the far corner for Puikkonen. Tries to slide it up ahead for McRoberts, who gets tangled up with the Warrior. Wranglers work it up ahead. Zapp to Papastropoulos, and we get a whistle afterwards. Arm is raised, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty here. Question is who's going to go, and it looks like, to his own dismay, it's going to be Henry McRoberts for the Wranglers. .5:51 to go in the first period. Wranglers will head back to the penalty kill. Already 1 for 1 in tonight's game. Warriors are heading to their second power play of the evening. Game is 1-0 Warriors. So the face-off to open the Warriors' power play will be on the near circle of the Wranglers zone to the right of McDonough. Off the draw, Warriors get it to the line for Ricky. He'll skate to the high slot, take a shot, goes off a body. Rebound picked up by Nelson in the near corner. He's hit by Gagnon. Puck is free. Warriors send it below the goal line. Ben Ivey finds it all alone, and he will send it back down to the neutral zone. Jack Ivey applying pressure, short-handed. He loses an edge going after the puck. Ricky will scoop back up. The Warriors look to break out again here on the power play. Ricky will drop it off for Nelson. Caden Nelson goes left side, skates towards the middle, splits the D, finds Dronin. Drop pass, Sutton takes a shot, and it's blocked by Ben Ivey. Sutton reclaims the puck. Sends it to Sproul below the goal line. He'll work around to the far corner. Finds Dronin at the top of the circle. Down low for Sproul, or make that Sutton. Up top for Ricky. Left side. Nelson holds. Goes across looking for Sutton. And Jack Ivey read it all the way. Ivey picks up the puck in the neutral zone. Will bank it off the boards and kill time. There's 53 seconds remaining on the penalty to McRoberts. Wranglers is trying to kill the penalty here, doing a good job of it so far. Warriors a little over 35 seconds to work with here on the man advantage. Right side, Carlisle enters the Wranglers zone. Will spin it around to the near side corner. Wranglers are there to meet it. Working along to the far wall, but all alone is Elliott. Moving towards the left point. Chesler across. Bruick down low, looking for Speck. Glances off the stick. He gets it back. Speck to Carlisle. Down low. Bruick to the goal. Save made by McDonough. Will be picked up by Speck. Left side. Sebastian Speck finds Carlisle. Save made by McDonough on his attempts. Loose puck goes to the near corner. It's pinned up against the boards. Back to 5-on-5. McRoberts is out of the box. Warriors now 0 for 2 on the power play. Elliott, shot from the circle, goes off a skate and misses the net. McGuire, work it up to the line, but not out. Flying it down is Jeffers, and he will get the job done. Rolled it on goal, so no icing. Johnson will keep it moving with 3:29 to go in period 1. Left side, Wranglers race after the puck, and they will get the icing call. It'll be an offensive zone draw for Amarillo. Warriors with a 1-0 lead with 3:24 to go in the first. Wranglers trying to tie it up here. They will send out their top line of the Ivy brothers and Jack McDonald. On defense, you got Trey Williams and Nolan Gagnon out there. Looks like, barring any more stoppages, will drop the puck, and they do. Off the draw. Bruick claims the puck in the neutral zone, tries to bank it off the wall to himself, but Wranglers are able to disrupt that opportunity. Warriors have to regroup. They'll just send it below the Wrangler goal line. After it is Williams. They'll chop it around to the far side wall for McDonald. He finds Gagnon. Tries to go around Bollinger. He turns the puck over. Bollinger to the middle. And, Gross Didier just couldn't get the shot away. Another good chance for the Warriors. Off a Wrangler turnover. Left side, Ivy shot. Save made by Johnson. Wrangler collides with Johnson. Wraparound attempt. Pat saved by Johnson. Puck comes to McRoberts. He fires and is blocked. Goes up to Doherty, far point. Gets it to the line for Ben Ivy. Across. McRoberts shoots. Goes off the end wall. Comes around to Doherty, far point. Although we have a whistle. 2:36 to go in the first. There was no penalty on the contact that was made with Dylan Johnson. Although the Warriors were certainly trying to plead their case that there should have been. Either way, it's still 5-on-5 action here in the late stages of the first period from Blazers Ice Center. Off the draw, Oklahoma picks it up. Puikkonen steals it away, far corner, gets it up to the point for Doherty. He'll send it towards the goal, goes off a stick, hops below the goal line, picked up by Papaspropoulos. Try and find a Roman Zapp moving up ahead, although Wranglers can't capture the puck, but Zapp in the process throws a big hit on Caden Nelson. Warriors throw it on goal. McDonough will melt it down, and afterwards, chaos ensues. We've got a pile up in the near corner of the Wranglers zone. 2:14 to go in the first. The official will start peeling guys away off that pile. And we will see if any penalties come out of that. As for the moment, it looks like there's not going to be. Although the Wranglers still having words for Caden Nelson. So Roman Zapp will take the draw for Amarillo. Across from him is Sebastian Speck. Wranglers win the draw. Will send it to the wall near side. Thiesing will slap it below the goal line. Puck bouncing. Corralled by Rosa. He'll turn, shoot, misses the net. Pops out of the far point of the Wranglers zone. Vig will backhand it deeper. Puck comes to Zapp, who's all alone. He'll send it to McRoberts. Roberts feathers it up ahead, looking for Papaspropoulos. Finds Zapp left side. Drop it off for Doherty. Finds McRoberts. Neutral zone. Glances off the stick of Puikkonen. Chasing after it is Roman Zapp. Zapp trying to pick the pocket of Vig. Zapp on the forecheck doing a nice job of making life difficult for the Warriors. As turnover at the Oklahoma line, Morris gets it to Gerhard. Spins at the half wall, gets it up to the near point. Jeffers with a shot. It's blocked out in front. Oklahoma picks up that loose puck and will send it back out to the neutral zone. Jeffers up ahead. Finds Morris, tries to backhand it to Gerhard, although looks like the Wranglers were offside on that play with 1:12 to go in the first. Draw will be on the near side of center ice, right across from the Warriors bench. Off that draw. Puck is chopped over to the far wall. Chesler pitches it into the Wranglers zone where it's met by Jeffers. He'll lift it high into the air in the neutral zone. Oklahoma picks it up, winds it around to the near corner of the Wranglers zone where Jeffers meets it to Marco. He's quick to send it out to the neutral ice and more. It looks like there will be, there is an icing on that play. And the Wranglers think that the icing was waved off by the other linesman. There shouldn't have been an icing on that play. And it looks like it will be an icing on the Wranglers, so draw will come back out near McDonough, near circle of the Wranglers zone. Under a minute to go in the first from Blazers Ice Center. Warriors have a 1-0 lead off the goal from Sebastian Speck. Off that draw, Oklahoma wins it. Shot from the line from Chesler. Off a body, picked up by McDonald. They'll wrap it around to the near side wall. Wranglers able to get it out to center ice. McDonald streaking through the neutral zone. He'll rumble on in. McDonald to the goal. Can't get a shot off as his pocket was picked by Carlisle. Carlisle moves it right side for Ricky. Move it up ahead. Ricky below the goal line. Backhands it to the crease, and puck is loose. Wranglers are able to pounce on it and get it out. Right side, Jack Ivey in the neutral zone. 7 seconds to go in the first. Looks like the Wranglers are content with just passing the puck around here to kill time. Maybe one last break. But looks like that'll do it for first period action here from Blazers Ice Center. So, after 20 minutes, it's the Oklahoma Warriors 1 and the Wranglers nothing. As the only goal in the first period was scored by Sebastian Speck. Picking up the assist on the goal, Peter Rosa and Zach Homer. And the Warriors lead the shot count 12-4 after 20 minutes of play. So, just a few minutes, we'll have our first intermission report where we'll go over all the events in the first period, some scores from around the league, and preview the second period here on NATV and YouTube.
This is Trace Day, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Dude, perfect.
Welcome back to Blazers Ice Center, where after 20 minutes of play, the Warriors have a 1-0 lead over the Wranglers. As this opens our first intermission report, I'm Chiarenza bringing you all the action here from OKC tonight. And it's been a pretty fun game so far. Only one goal, though last night they were scoreless through 20 minutes of play, so I guess that is a step up. But for the Wranglers, I would have liked to have been. Scoring for the Warriors was number 20, Sebastian Speck, getting the assists were Rosa and Homer. One of those plays where Wranglers costly turnover in their own zone that led to the scoring opportunity for Oklahoma, where just kind of played it back and forth through the crease a little bit, getting McDonough moving, and they were able to move it across the crease for Speck, who tapped it home. Not much McDonough could have done about it. That goal came 9 minutes into the first period. And that's the only goal so far. So only 2 penalties, or I guess 2 power plays for the Warriors and 1 for the Wranglers. Both teams are 0 for 2. Or, excuse me, the Warriors are 0 for 2, Wranglers are 0 for 1 on the power play. Although this is a stark contrast to what we saw last night, where there were a plethora of penalties. It seemed like a laundry list of penalties by the end of that game. 44 combined penalty minutes between the two teams last evening, and tonight a little bit of a different scenario with a different officiating crew. As the Wranglers kept the game relatively clean against the Warriors, as did Oklahoma, as only 3 penalties combined through 20 minutes of play. So that is pretty much all the action that happened in the first period. Wranglers were able to generate a few good chances, but for the most part, it was Oklahoma getting the better chances in terms of shots on goal. Oklahoma outshot the Wranglers 12-4 in the first period. So the Wranglers want to find a way to tie the game up. They're going to have to start getting more pucks on goal. But when I remember, what I can say, that second line for the Wranglers of Puikkonen, Papastamopoulos, and Zapp, it's probably been the best forward line so far in this game for my money. And good job of winning face-offs, applying a strong forecheck, and also being pretty solid defensively for the Wranglers as well. And so that is a line to keep an eye on for the Wranglers as tonight goes on. Notable re-entries into the lineup. Worley Phillips and Colin Doherty are back from suspension, so that gives the Wranglers a big boost in terms of their depth throughout their lineup, as they were perfect 3-0 without the Wranglers, despite not having those big playmakers with them in the lineup. You had Colin Doherty back on defense, certainly gives the Wranglers big boost defensively. Worley Phillips adds more depth down the middle for the Wranglers. Another good face-off taker for Amarillo. So Wranglers just adding depth as the season rolls on. Next weekend, the Wranglers will be back at home to take on the Shreveport Mudbugs. They'll see the Mudbugs for the first time this season on Thursday morning. Yep, that's right. Thursday morning, 11 a.m. puck drop from the Budweiser bullpen. Early start time because it is the kids' day game. So all the kids will be in attendance. Should be a fun atmosphere. It's an early riser, so make sure you wake up, have your breakfast, get some coffee on the pot, head on down to the Budweiser bullpen if you're able for the first matchup of the year between the Mudbugs and the Wranglers. It's the 4th straight meeting between the Warriors and the Wranglers. We've got bad news for you if you're sick of the Warriors right now. We've got one more game tomorrow night. It'll be 7 p.m. Pre-game show, 7:15 puck drop from right here in Blazers Ice Center for the final game of the 5-game set between the Wranglers and the Warriors. Amarillo winning each of the first 3 games. They'll look to make it 4 straight against the Warriors and 5 in a row. Another win here tonight, although they are down by 1 after 20 minutes of play. But for the Wranglers, it seems like they're the kind of team that really anything can happen. I think maybe one of the key words for the Wranglers this season is resilience. The Wranglers are a very resilient group. It seems like whenever they're tested, the game is in crunch time, it's tight, somehow find a way to pull away. Wranglers are 5-1-1 in 1-goal games. And they're 4-1 in overtime, so seems like a close game benefits the Wranglers. So they're looking to find a way to get their first goal of the game in the second period. That's what happened last night when Roman Zapp tied the game at 1 for the Wranglers last evening. It's part of that second line, so there you go. There's another guy to watch out for. The Wranglers trailing after 1 period. Hasn't happened very often. They're 1-1 when trailing after 20 minutes of play. So Wranglers in a little bit of unfamiliar territory here to open up tonight's game. They will look to find a way to get on the board here in the second period. Other big playmakers, of course, got to look at Jack McDonald and the Ivy brothers. That top line for the Wranglers, always so dangerous. Looked like they were starting to get some things going towards the end of that first period. Just weren't able to get a goal out of it, but looked like they were starting to do some really good things offensively. Of course, you always got to watch out for Nolan Gagnon on the blue line. Seems to kind of be quarterbacking things offensively when he's out there for the Wranglers. So the Wranglers are able to establish some offensive zone time. Look at Nolan Gagnon to be one of those guys that could end up picking a point or maybe a goal himself if the Wranglers are able to score a goal. And talked about it in the pregame show, but Colin Doherty has been reunited with Kyle DeMarco after Doherty's suspension has ended. Those two back as a D pairing. He really acquired Drew Jeffers playing in his 4th game as a Wrangler. He can pair it up with number 25, TJ Ritchie. TJ Ritchie's a pretty big guy, 6'5", 225 pounds. We've seen him use it here a few times in this game, as the Wranglers have been not shy about throwing their weight around, and the Warriors have been made well aware of that. So I think we're going to see physical play ramp up as the second and third periods roll on. So it should be another fun battle here tonight between the Wranglers and the Warriors. And looks like it's going to get pretty chippy as well, as we saw a few scrums after the whistle. Some pushing, some shouting, some yelling, everything of that nature in the first period. So look to see more of that in the second and third period. And perhaps maybe we might see a fight as well. You never know. Although usually when you look for a fight, you're usually pointing your eyes towards Divine Apollon, who's not in the lineup tonight. But Warnley Phillips has also dropped the glove for the Wranglers this season. I believe Colin Doherty has done it as well. So a few fighters throughout the Wranglers lineup. Perhaps we may see one tonight, or maybe tomorrow night, the final game of the set, as these two teams will not meet again until February. On the 2nd and 3rd of February, these two teams will meet again in Amarillo. So after this meeting, we won't see each other for a while. And there will be only 3 games left in the season series after the conclusion of tomorrow night's game. We come back, we will talk about some first scores from around the league as our first intermission pulls on from Blazers Ice Center. We'll also look at the second period a little bit more, talk about who we think is going to break the goose egg for the Wranglers on the board. We took a look at Connor McDonough and how he's fared throughout the first few games of the year. You're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube, and you're watching on NATV.
This is Trace Day, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Dude, perfect.
Welcome back to the first intermission report. As first intermission rolls on, and as promised, we will get to some scores from around the North American Hockey League, as once again, it's a busy night in the NAHL. So let's pull it up, talk about some South Division action. Looks like the Mudbugs took care of business against the Grip. They opened up a can on Colorado. 8-3 is your final score. Mudbugs getting business done against the Grip. Wranglers will see them on Thursday. Mudbugs are now 10-5, 0-1 on the season. So Mudbugs seem to be flying high here to start the season. Should be a formidable opponent for the Wranglers on Thursday and Friday for a 2-game set over at the Budweiser bullpen. Looks like other action in the South Division. El Paso and Odessa are facing off over at Ector County Coliseum. The Ecks are finally able to play a home game. Looks like El Paso has just scored. It's just barely updated, so it looks like El Paso has a 1-0 lead at the top of the second period against the Jacks. Rhinos off to a hot start to start the year. And over at American Bank Center, the Lone Star Brahmas have a 1-0 lead over the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. The game is entering the first intermission as we speak. So for the South Division, talk about what does that really all mean. Well, if you look at the standings, Mudbugs seem to be doing quite well. So it looks like the top 3 teams in the division are all currently winning at this point in time. So for the Wranglers, looks like if they even come away with a win tonight, they're not going to find a way to catch up to them this evening. But Wranglers currently sit in 5th place in the division. Got 17 points in 13 games played. They're 2 points behind the Warriors, the team that they're taking on tonight, who have 19. And then tied for second, you've got Shreveport and El Paso with 21. And in the first place spot, you've got Lone Star with 23, although Lone Star has played more games than anyone else in the division, as they have played 17 games. Right behind them is Shreveport with 16. So numbers are a little bit misleading, because if you look at points percentage, the Wranglers are actually right there at the top of the South Division. So El Paso has 700 points percentage, and then right after them is Lone Star. And then you have Shreveport and Amarillo, who are almost identical in terms of points percentage. So a lot of hockey left to be played. When all is said and done, all games will be played, and all teams will find their spot in the South Division, although it looks like it's going to be a crowded race for the top this year, as it seems like it always is. New Mexico Ice Wolves are right behind the Wranglers with 15 points. They're off this weekend. Wranglers will see them in 2 weeks over in Albuquerque, as Wranglers will be on the road. I've heard that the rodeo will be in town in Amarillo that weekend as well. So get your tickets for that at panhandletickets.com. Also pick up some tickets for the upcoming matchup this weekend, or I guess this next weekend, against the Shreveport Mudbugs. Looks like that's going to be a pretty solid matchup between the Mudbugs and the Wranglers, 2 teams that have started off the season on the right foot. Be an interesting matchup. So the Wranglers will welcome the Mudbugs for the first of 4 meetings this season. That's right, only 4. Kind of interesting when the schedule came out, kind of looked at it. Interesting how the Wranglers play the Mudbugs only 4 times. They also only play New Mexico 4 times. So think about the distance between Amarillo to Oklahoma City, and then the distance between Amarillo to Albuquerque. It's pretty much close to the same time in terms of driving distance, or driving time on the road, that is. But Wranglers only play the Ice Wolves 4 times. They play Oklahoma 8. So kind of strange how that shook out, but either way, Wranglers and the Ice Wolves will meet 2 weeks from now in Albuquerque. That's another rivalry in the South Division that you don't want to miss. So you can catch all the action on NATV, or you can listen in on our YouTube audio feed, as both teams have come back out for the second period. We're just moments away from second period action here in Blazers Ice Center. Wranglers will be skating from right to left, Warriors from left to right. Wranglers wearing their road blue uniforms. Very sharp look with a blue base, white shoulder yoke, red and white striping, white numbers and white lettering. Warriors jersey is a gray jersey with black numbers, orange trim, black lettering, some black and orange stripes in there as well. The Wranglers, first period, another scoreless first period for Amarillo. They'll look to turn their fortunes in the scoring department in the second period. Ryan Anderson sure to have some adjustments here heading into the second period, so it'll be interesting to see what he does in the second period to get his team on the board. As Wranglers huddle up at their own bench, they're fired up, ready to go to start second period action from Oklahoma City. Wranglers will once again send out that same starting lineup that began the game. Looks like the Warriors will do the same as well. This is usually custom throughout hockey. Zap in to take the draw against Carlisle. Zap wins the draw, though racing after it is Sproul. Directed to the near side boards. Defending him is Williams. Wranglers swarm the puck below their own goal line. They chip it out to the point, but not out. Chesler moves it across to the far point. Pass was too hot for Ricky to handle. Picking it up is Papaspropoulos. They'll carry it into Warrior ice. Will dump it below the goal line. Wranglers trying to come away with the puck. Zap chopping at it, poking it, and gets it to the point. Looking for Gagnon, but the puck was moving a little too slow, and the Warriors pick to peel it away. Williams with the puck. Moves it right side. Has to work it up ahead. Wranglers in the middle of a change. As Ben Ivy fires the shot on goal. Blocker saved by Johnson. Puck rolls back up to the line for Doherty. He'll send it down low for McDonald. Turns and shoots. It's blocked by Ricky. McDonald with the loose puck sends it to Ben Ivy. Goes to the slot looking for Zap, but it glanced off the stick of Howard. Back down to the Wranglers zone. Howard applying the heat here. Doherty has to race after the puck. He wins that race. Gets it to DeMarco. And Wranglers get it back out to the neutral zone. And arm is raised. Just a little over a minute into the second period. Looks like it's going to be a holding call on Oklahoma. So the Wranglers will get their second power play opportunity of the game. Bruick in the box for Oklahoma. Wranglers sending out that top power play unit once again. Puikkonen, McDonald, Ivy Brothers, and Gagnon. Is off the draw. Amarillo wins it. They'll swat at it though. Puck bouncing a little on edge. Just got a fresh sheet of ice to start the period. And Oklahoma will send that puck back down to McDonough to get a clear on the opening stages of Amarillo's power play. Gagnon finds Ben Ivy behind his own goal. He'll survey the scene. Look to start the breakout here for the Wranglers on the power play. Wranglers captain drops it down for Gagnon. He'll move right side. Finds Jack Ivy in the neutral zone. He'll flip it up ahead and chase after it. Elliott slams it around and gets it out. As the puck went by Gagnon. Gun out to play it. Minute 22 to go on the Wrangler power play. Amarillo dumps it in. Warriors trying to wind it out. Gagnon holds it in at the far point. McDonald fishes the puck out. Gets it Papaspropoulos far half wall. Move to the circle. Takes a shot down low. McDonald jamming it in. And he scores! Jack McDonald ties the game up at 1. It's a power play goal for the Wranglers, and Jack McDonald gets his second of the year to tie the game up at 1. Critical goal for the Wranglers there. It's one that they desperately needed. And now he got the wheels going on offense. See how the Wranglers take that momentum moving forward here in the second period. One game, early stages of the second period. Most recent goal scored by Jack McDonald. Off the draw, Warriors will dump it in. It is a power play goal for Jack. Get a whistle here quickly afterwards. Jack McDonald, as I mentioned, his second goal of the year. Both of his goals have come on the power play. Jack McDonald putting in good work on the man advantage. Was able to find that loose puck at the top of the blue paint and beat Johnson 5-hole. Giving the Wranglers their first goal of the game. Alex Papaspropoulos and Nolan Gagnon will pick up the assists on the goal. There's an icing on Oklahoma, so the draw will be to the right of Johnson. McNaughton will take it for Amarillo. Speck for Oklahoma. Official barking some words at both of those two, making sure that they understand the instructions, and now they drop the puck. Wranglers win the draw. Right near point for Doherty. He'll work it down low, tries to find McNaughton. Puck escapes him. Oklahoma turns it over to Morris, finds Gerhard. Slot takes a shot and goes off a stick and goes up and out of play. Well, sometimes it's not about just scoring a goal, but it's about what you do with the momentum after a goal is scored. I think the Wranglers understand that. They're quickly trying to apply the pressure here. See what the Wranglers are able to do with it. Morley Phillips comes on with that Chunchikov and McGuire line. Draws one by Oklahoma, send it to the far near side wall. Be picked up by McGuire, finds Chunchikov for a shot. Puck is loose out in front, and Nelson carries it away and gets it to Carlisle in the neutral zone. Another dangerous chance for the Wranglers just moments after they tied the game up at 1. McGuire takes a tumble. Wranglers won the penalty. They're not going to get it. Sproul up ahead in the zone. Just roll around and find Chesler. Puck comes to DeMarco. Wine, fire! Shot is blocked by Sproul. Oh boy, he's certainly feeling that one. DeMarco's got a heck of a shot. DeMarco off the wall. Wranglers are able to pop it up into the Warriors zone. Puck squeaks over to Ricky. And he'll go D to D for Chesler. Warriors look to break out and try and regain their lead. Sent diagonally to the far corner of the Wranglers zone. Doherty being shadowed by Bruick. Finds Ritchie. McDonald up ahead. Backhands it for Ben Ivy. Left side, Jack Ivy throws it towards the goal, and it'll be smothered by Dylan Johnson with 16:29 to go in period 2. Wranglers buzzing here to start the second period. We're able to quickly tie up the game on the power play. Now they're looking for more. Wranglers seem very hungry for goals here in the second period. Out comes Zapp, Puikkonen, and Papaspropoulos on defense. Wranglers with Gagnon and Williams. Off the draw, puck gets tied up and now goes to the Warriors below their own goal line. They'll punch it out to the neutral zone and then some. No icing. They said it deflected off someone's stick, so we continue to play on as the Warriors try and come away with the puck. Puikkonen steals it away, finds Papaspropoulos up ahead, glances off the skate of Zapp. Oklahoma going the other way. Bruick into the offensive zone. Tries to spin away from the pressure. Gets it to Sutton. Trying to throw it off the wall, trying to go back to Bruick, but intercepting it is Papaspropoulos. In the neutral zone, he finds Williams streaking left side. Trey Williams takes a shot. Pad saved by Johnson. Williams, another shot from the line, bounces around. Johnson can't cover it. Chasing after it is Zapp to the far corner of the Warriors zone. Gets it to Puikkonen below the goal line. Topi Puikkonen muscling his way through the pressure of the Warriors. It's a back down low for Zapp. He takes a tumble. Wranglers want a penalty. We're not going to see it happen here, though, as Warriors are able to pick up the puck and send it back out to neutral ice. Back into the Wranglers zone. Upward pass for Papaspropoulos in the neutral zone. He's got it. Drops it off for Zapp. The circle. Finds Papaspropoulos once more. Right side. Jeffers in. Shoots. And it goes off the skate of Thiesing and up into the rafters. Another stoppage with 15:07 to go in period 2. Wranglers certainly have been the better team offensively here in the second period. Keep finding ways to fire shots on goal. Amarillo with 3 shots on goal to Oklahoma's 0 to open the second period. So Wranglers putting in good work, getting shots on goal on Johnson. He's off the draw. Oh, we got a fight. McNaughton is fighting with Dronin. McNaughton gets in a left. He's down another one. As they're pounding it away, Dronin gets a few hits in, and they both tumble to the ice. They still got words for each other. Connor McNaughton getting in the fight with Max Dronin, captain of the Warriors. As McNaughton, not a guy that you would typically expect to fight, but he held his own in that tussle and ended up sending Dronin to the ice. Got a few good hits of his own in. As that starts to fire up the Wranglers bench. Really, for the Warriors, kind of feels like they needed to find a way to get momentum back into this game. Maybe that was the only way they could have done it. Only time will tell, but I think that only fired up the Wranglers more than they already were. The draw will move to the near circle of the Warriors zone. Still 5-on-5 here, although McNaughton and Dronin, of course, both been escorted out. Off the draw, official takes a spill. Thiesing works the puck in deep into the Wranglers zone. After it is McGuire. He'll keep it rolling along for Doherty, although the Warriors are able to steal it away. Oklahoma's Elliott throws it around to the far side wall. Top, Thiesing with a shot, blocked by Phillips. Bollinger flips the script, sends it to the far side wall. Only man there is McGuire. He'll try to get off the wall for Chunchikov. And he tries to go off to the races, but threw it up a little too far ahead for himself. The Warriors take that puck and backhand it back down towards McDonough. 14:24 to go in the second period. As centering pass picked up by Chesler. The line gets it to Ricky. Back to Chesler, far point. Chesler shoots. Shot is blocked. Wranglers get up to Phillips in the neutral zone. Now Chunchikov. Oklahoma now, right side. It's Homer, had an assist on Oklahoma's opening goal. Warriors turning over at center. Ben Ivey, Jack Ivey moving towards the middle. Tries to throw it towards his brother, but pass was too far ahead. McDonald keeps it in at the line. Drop pass to Ben Ivey. He's got it through the middle, and a save made by Johnson. Down low, McDonald in the corner, turns, shoots. It's blocked by Chesler. Gets the puck back. Finds Jack Ivey, takes a shot. Save made by Johnson. Puck is loose. Gets directed to the far side wall. After it is Jeffers. Gloves it down. Bats it over to Jack Ivey with his stick. Jeffers, below the goal line, finds McDonald. He's tied up with Chesler. Tries to get puck back. And they'll chase it to the near side wall. Homer's without his stick. Wranglers get it to the line for Ritchie. Backhands it to McDonald. Takes a shot left side. It's blocked again. McDonald turns, shoots. Blocked once more by Homer. Still without his stick. Ricky shoots. Blocked. Picked up by Jack Ivey. Far corner. Down below the goal line for Ben Ivey. Good offensive zone time for the Wranglers. Ben Ivey to the slot. Shoots. Just missed the nets. And Speck will pick up the puck for the Warriors and get it to the line. Out to the neutral zone. Big crunch in front of the scorer's table by Ritchie on Rosa. Nelson in, shoots off the end wall. Chesler after it. Will pitch it down low. Centering pass is Nelson fanned on the one-timer. Papaspropoulos right side. Furious action here in the second period. Papaspropoulos below the Warrior goal line. Gets caught up between two Warriors. Oklahoma turns the puck over. Zap to Gagnon at the line. He'll shoot. And a save made by Johnson. No hold with 12:11 to go in the second. Furious action at both sides of the ice, although more so for the Wranglers than the Warriors. That was some excellent offensive zone time for the Wranglers, but you got to tip your cap to Oklahoma. They did a good job of shot blocking there on that sequence. Otherwise, the Wranglers would have had some really good looks on goal. And it's kind of like a 5-on-4.5 as Homer had broken his stick. And it's the period of the long change, so he wasn't able to get a fresh new one. Wranglers putting in good work there. The zap on the draw. Players get tangled up on the ensuing draw, and Oklahoma is able to work it back out to center ice. Puikkonen will chase after it. He'll claim it for the Wranglers. He'll find Williams, who tries to find Papasparopoulos up ahead. Bounces off his stick. Goes to the near corner of the Warriors zone. Papasparopoulos works it below the goal line for Puikkonen. He gets held up by Bruick. Gets it to Fleming. Fleming will retreat from the pressure. Below his own goal line, behind his net, swings it out right side for Brenner. Brenner up ahead, finds Howard in the neutral zone. Bruick moving up ahead, tries to go around the defense, and a good defensive play from Nolan Gagnon to stop that opportunity. Howard, near corner of the Wranglers zone, throws it towards the slot. Bounces to the stick of Topi Puikkonen. Evades the defense, finds Gagnon up ahead. Gagnon to the goal, shoots, and a save made by Johnson on that attempt from the Wranglers defenseman. And he will look up to the rafters. And he was just so close, giving the Wranglers a 2-1 lead. 11:11 to go in the second period. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NETV and YouTube.
This is Trace Day, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Dude, perfect.
Welcome back to Blazers Ice Center, where we are all tied up at 1 with 11:11 to go in period 2. Jack McDonald getting the most recent goal as he scored on the power play to tie the game up at 1. Papasparopoulos and Gagnon pick up the assists on that goal. Off the draw, puck rolls towards Johnson. He'll take no chances and just cover that puck. So it'll be another offensive zone draw for the Wranglers coming up. Off the draw. Puck gets tied up at the moment, comes to Vig. He'll throw it off the wall, glove down by DeMarco. He holds it in, gets it to Tommy Chunchikov. He'll throw it towards the middle, looking for Gerhard. A shot from Morris goes wide. Each change will be picked up by Sproul. He'll send it across in the neutral zone. Warriors working it towards McDonough. He'll keep the puck moving. Playing at the far wall of the Wranglers zone. They'll work it back out towards center. Morris gets the puck back. It's chopped at by Oklahoma. They'll send it down low. Doherty meets it for the Wranglers. Finds Gerhard left side. Looking for Morris in the middle. Sees the puck go by him. Oklahoma gets possession back. Bollinger will fly into the Wranglers zone. Right side, Bollinger shoots, and he scores. So Oklahoma, after surviving the onslaught from the Wranglers to open the second period, have retaken the lead. It's 2-1. So much like before, the Wranglers will look to get that one back. See what kind of response Ryan Anderson and company have after surrendering the most recent goal to the Warriors. Picking up that goal is Cooper Bollinger. the Air Force commit, picks up his 4th goal of the year, making it a 2-1 game. Nathan Ricky and Jackson Gross-Didier pick up the assists on the Bollinger goal. Oklahoma can't keep the puck in, and the Wranglers move it right side for Jack Ivey, gains the offensive line, backhands it left side for Williams, down low for McDonald, pressuring him is Ricky. McDonald throws it towards the slot, glances off the stick, comes to Gagnon at the line. Try and backhand it deep in further, but didn't get enough on it. The Warriors will quickly pick it up and send it back out towards center ice. Williams gets some help from Jack Ivey as Oklahoma applying pressure on the forecheck. Homer steals the puck away, gets it to the line. Shot by Ricky is snared out of the air by McDonough. 9:25 to go in the second period. 2-1 game. Oklahoma opened the scoring on a goal from Sebastian Speck. McDonald responded with a goal of his own to tie at 1-1 on the power play early on the second period. And most recently, it was Cooper Bollinger tying the game making it a 2-1 game, giving the Warriors the lead once again. Off the draw. Rosa can't get a shot away. He's stymied by Puikkonen. Topi Puikkonen will chase after it. Elliott will flip the script and send it to Fleming on the other side. He gets hounded by Puikkonen. Topi Puikkonen muscling the puck away. Oklahoma just sends it out to center ice. A few players chase after it. They'll chop it down low into the Wranglers zone. After it is Jeffers. They'll shake away the pressure. Puck bouncing around now. Jeffers gets it back. Left side, Drew Jeffers. Lift up ahead for Puikkonen. He'll throw it off the end wall. Zapp picks it up below the goal line. Roman Zapp off the wall for Jeffers for a shot. Pad save by Johnson. Picked up by Roberts. Throws it to the slot. Bounces off a few sticks. It comes to Fleming. Roll it along to the near side wall. Puikkonen throws his stick in the fray. Tries to muscle it over to Zapp, although the Warriors are going to survive that attack as they get the puck to Fleming. Fleming gets it to the line, but not out. McRoberts banks it off the near side wall for Zapp. Below the goal line, Puikkonen chasing after it. Puck works its way to the far half wall where Puikkonen will claim it once more. Puikkonen walks the line, finds Papaspropoulos high slot. He'll shoot, and the shot is blocked by Elliott. The Warriors swat the puck back down to the top of the Wranglers zone. Quickly right side, Wranglers dump the puck in. Get a whistle. It's 7:58 to go in the second. Oklahoma doing a good job of blocking shots. Wranglers have had chances here in the second period, but Warriors doing a good job of getting bodies in front of the Wranglers' chances. It's off the draw. Thiesing. Send it right side for Bruick, who takes a shot. Pad saved by McDonough. Loose change picked up by Chunchikov. Finds McGuire in the neutral zone. Sees it hop off his stick. Warriors get possession back. Left side, Brenner. Off the wall to himself. Brenner towards the slot. McDonough will poke check it away to the near corner. Losing an edge is Howard. As the Wranglers will pick up that puck. Ritchie sends it right side looking for Phillips. Up ahead, Chunchikov has it now. He'll flip it to himself. Deep into Warrior territory. Defending him is Thiesing. Chunchikov to the line. Ritchie, cross, DeMarco. Banks it off the end wall, looking for Chunchikov. In the middle of that is Sutton. Backhands the puck back up to Howard. He gets it to the line, but it's held in by the old 3-9er, Corson McGuire. And you get a stoppage of play as the puck goes out of play. 7:10 to go in the second. A little It'll be a neutral zone draw across from the Wranglers bench. Van Ivy wins the draw, gets it to Trey Williams. He'll slide it D to D, right side. Gagnon will fire it in, goes around the wall, picked up by Gerhard at the near half wall. Defending him is Ricky. Wranglers kick the puck below the goal line. Warriors keep it moving along to the far wall, held in by Gagnon. Morris will slap it below the goal line, looking for Gerhard. In the way of it is Chesler. Trying to soccer it back into the zone is Gagnon, but puck pops back over to Williams. Wranglers regrouping here. Turnover at center ice. Nelson gets it back to Ricky, although in the way is Ivy. Steals it away. Ben Ivy shoots, and oh, he fanned on the first attempt, and on the second attempt, it hit a stick and went out of play. Good chance there for the Wranglers captain, as afterwards we have a bit of a scrum as Morris is tied up, looks like with Caden Nelson. Six and a half minutes to go in the second period. Morris is still trying to get after Nelson. And it looks like they're going to take them both. So we'll see if those are offsetting or if we have 4-on-4 here. Looks like it will be 4-on-4. So a bit of open ice here. Six and a half minutes to go in the second. Good news for the Wranglers is that it will be an offensive zone draw to start 4-on-4 play. Zap out there with Papaspropoulos, Williams, and Gagnon. As I have to draw, puck is up for grabs, goes into the skates of Elliott, and he'll just backhand it to Vig below his goal line. He'll find Sutton, find Elliott in the neutral zone, gains Wranglers blue. Dominic Elliott spins away from the pressure of Williams, tries to get to the high slot. It's picked off by Zapp. He'll backhand it for Trey Williams, gains the red line, they'll drop it back for Gagnon. Wranglers being cautious in their approach here as they look to get things jump-started on the 4-on-4. Turnover, Bollinger to the goal, and McDonough makes the initial save, and then on the rebound, they score. I believe Drew Sutton was in the area. We'll see if he gets credited for the goal. And a costly turnover in the Wranglers zone leads to a prime scoring chance for the Warriors, and McDonough kind of laid it all out on the line to try and make the initial save. And he did make that save. The problem was the rebound left the puck wide open in the blue paint. There's nothing McDonough could have done to scramble back and get that puck. And it was Drew Sutton that was able to backhand it into the Wranglers' net to give Oklahoma a 2-goal lead here in the late stages of the second period. So Sutton gets the goal. Cooper Bollinger picks up the assist. It's now a 3-1 game. Goal was scored 4-on-4. We remain at 4-on-4 for the next minute as the Wranglers throw the puck on goal, and Johnson makes the save. See if we have any more Wranglers magic here in the second period. Draw will be to the right of Johnson, near circle of the Warriors zone. Ben Ivy will take it for the Wranglers. Across from him is Drew Sutton, the most recent goal scorer. He's off the draw. Ivy sends it towards the goal, and it's quickly smothered by Johnson. 5:26 to go in period 2. Draw. Oklahoma will win it. I'll get it to Chesler left side. Bollinger finds Ricky in the neutral zone. Pressuring him is Jack Ivy. Ricky to the slot, takes a shot, goes off the end wall. Puck gets back up to the line for Chesler. Left side, Bollinger back to Chesler. He'll fan on the shot attempt. Puck comes to Ben Ivy. He'll drop it off for Jack. Jack Ivy left side, skates into the offensive zone on his backhand. Jack Ivy switches to his forehand as he's pinned up in the near corner. Wants the puck up ahead. Bollinger's the first man on it. The Warriors will send it across to Chesler, who is wide open as the Wranglers are making the change. 4:45 to go in the second period. Just 12 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Chesler waits behind his own net. Warriors in the midst of a change themselves. They'll throw it off the left side wall. Goes down low to McDonough. He'll keep the play moving. Flips the grip to the left side of the Wranglers zone. Amarillo able to work it back out to Oklahoma territory. Stretch pass up ahead for Carlisle as he's met by Drew Jeffers. Can't hang on to the puck. Puikkonen from the Warrior line tries to dump it in. Trickles in after it hits a body. Puck bounces to Williams. Feeling the pressure from Carlisle. Jeffers there to help out. Puck is pinned up against the wall. Squeaks free, comes to Puikkonen. He'll swing out left side from behind his own net. Stretch pass up ahead looking for McDonald. Speck gets in the way of it. McDonald picks it back up. Tries to find Morris streaking up ahead. And the puck rolls towards Johnson, and he will cover. 3:44 to go in the second, and after that, get even more chaos. Got another traffic jam below the goal line in the Warrior zone after that last whistle. For the Wranglers at this point in the game, down by 2, you don't really want to give up another power play chance to the Warriors. Be another offensive zone draw for the Wranglers. Looks like they are going to send out Tommy Chunchikov and his line mates. Fourth line out there for the Wranglers. Oh, it looks like Luke Morris is out on that line with Phillips and Chunchikov. Remember, Connor McNaughton got in a fight earlier, so currently his services are unavailable. It's Luke Morris with the puck in the far corner of the Warriors zone. Oklahoma swats the puck away. He'll get it up into the neutral zone for Howard, streaking right side. Tries to go around Williams. Instead will button hook, drop it off for Sutton below the goal line. Sutton around, tries to center it, goes off a skate. Held in at the line by Thiesing. The Wranglers can't get it back. Howard towards the goal. Pad save by McDonough, who comes well out of his crease to make that save. And after all that, we got an arm raised. Looks like it's going to be hooking. See who goes. Looks like Morley Phillips is the culprit. So 3:15 to go in the second period. Wranglers down by 2. Have to find a way to kill off another penalty here to avoid going down by 3. Off the draw, Ricky. Moves into the high slot. Elects not to shoot. Throws it left side for Nelson. Gets it back to Ricky. Ricky throws it towards the goal line for Bollinger. And they get it back at the line for Ricky. Exchanges with Sutton. Down low, Bollinger gets it up to the near point for Ricky once more. Cross. Nelson. Back to Ricky. High slot. Shoots. Goes off a body and off the wall. Wranglers scramble towards the puck, and they're able to sweep it back down to Johnson. Wranglers killing a little over 30 seconds off that last sequence. Warriors will regroup and try again on the man advantage. Left side, Sproul finds Sutton. Right side, Nelson over the Wrangler line. Drops it off for Bollinger. High slot, Ricky shoots, goes off a stick and wide of the goal. Sutton to Ricky, cross, Sutton shoots, and he scores. So Drew Sutton will get his second goal of the game and make it 4-1 Warriors. Excuse me, he'll pick up his first goal of the game. Nope, sorry, I've been misinformed. It is his second of the game. Drew Sutton scoring the most two recent goals for Oklahoma. And assist going to Nathan Ricky. And Cooper Bollinger. It is a power play goal to give the Warriors a 3-goal lead. So Wranglers find themselves in a bit of a hole here at the tail end of the second period. We'll see if they can get one back before we head to the second intermission. Off the draw, Williams scoops up the puck. He'll roll it around the Warriors zone to the far side wall, meeting Papasropoulos. Zap in the fray, tries to kick it out to Puikkonen, but Oklahoma steals the puck away, and they'll race out to the neutral zone where Carlisle flips it right side for Brenner. Goes below the goal line. Back to Carlisle. He'll retreat back out to center ice. Throw it left side. Bollinger with the center ice logo. Loses it to Puikkonen. Tries to go up ahead, but met by a few Warriors. Finds Papasropoulos to the middle. Takes a shot. Save made by Johnson. Zap to Williams. Gagnon. High slot. Shoots. And another save by Dylan Johnson. Good chance for the Wranglers there, but once again, they just can't find a way to beat Johnson on a prime scoring chance. Remains a 3-goal lead for the Warriors. Ben Ivy will take the draw for Amarillo. Sutton is his opponent. McDonald picks up the puck below the goal line, finds Ben Ivy, he shoots, and it just whistled wide of Johnson. Wranglers jam it below the goal line once more. McDonald tries to kick it up ahead for Ben Ivy. Instead finds Bruick, who's got Howard streaking through the neutral zone. Jeffers steals the puck away, finds McDonald, left side, he'll button hook. Towards the middle looking for Jack Ivy, just couldn't handle the pass. Puck rolls around. Near sidewall, McDonald tries to send it towards the middle. Helping him out to keep it in the zone is Jeffers. A minute to go here in the second period from Blazers Ice Center. Jack Ivy tries to get it to McDonald. Warriors are able to break the puck free. They have possession now. Puck is gloved down in the neutral zone. DeMarco loses the puck to Howard. Howard to the goal. Backhand shot. Save made by Gons, who has entered the game for McDonough here in the late stages of the second period. Looks like Connor McDonough's night is over. Although I can't really say that most of those goals were his fault. Just one of those games where sometimes you need a spark. Looks like Ryan Anderson has decided to go with Luka Gons for the remainder of the game. Off the draw. Puck is directed to the near wall. Shot from the line. Trying to find Nelson out in front, but he whiffed on the one-timer. Gagnon being pressured by Sproul. Find Williams. Works up ahead for Chunchikov. They'll tap it into the offensive zone. Chasing after it is Elliott. He'll turn away from the pressure. Finds Nelson. Stretch pass for Sproul. At the Wrangler line is met by Gagnon, and it looks like a whistle with 9 seconds to go, and afterwards Sproul has got Gagnon in a headlock. Now everybody converges here. Chesler tumbled down to the ice, and now Sproul is trying to get a piece of Morley Phillips. So the officials will break up that convergence. Both teams will have plenty of time to think about it heading into the second intermission. Draw will be in the neutral zone in front of the Warriors bench. Wranglers will get fresh men out there. Looks like Jack Ivey will take the draw. And he will win it. It's a Gagnon. And from his own zone, will roll it around left side, meeting it at the point is Homer. Just throw it towards the net, but time will expire. As after 40 minutes of play, it is the Oklahoma Warriors 4 and the Wranglers 1. We'll recap all the scoring in the first and second periods. Talk about what the Wranglers need to do here in the third period to find a way to climb back into this game. So look at some scores from around the South Division and preview tomorrow's matchup as well, as the series will roll on between the Wranglers and the Warriors. All that coming up next on NATV and YouTube.
This is Trace Day, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Dude, perfect.
Well, the Wranglers have some catching up to do in the third period as they are currently down 4-1 to the Oklahoma Warriors. As this will start our second intermission report. Everybody, I'm Chiarenza, bringing you all the action here from Blazers Ice Center in Oklahoma City, where Wranglers won the first 3 games of the series, but now will be their biggest task yet on the season as they are currently in a 3-goal hole to the defending champions in enemy territory. And for the Wranglers, really, you could probably say this is a game that realistically, without the turnovers in their own zone, could be a 2-1 game for in favor of the Warriors, but 2 costly turnovers in the Wranglers' own zone led to 2 Oklahoma goals. And think about potentially erasing that power play for that went the Warriors' way. They were going to go out on the penalty kill on that most recent Sutton goal. Well, then it could be a totally different story, but that's a bunch of what-ifs. Let's talk about what actually did happen in the first and second periods. As it started out with Sebastian Speck opening the scoring. 9 minutes into the first period, Speck picks up his second goal of the year from Rosa and Homer to make it a 1-0 game for the Warriors. It was the only goal that was scored in the first period as Wranglers turned the puck over in their own zone. Speck and Homer played catch with it, and then eventually Speck was able to put it home on a cross-crease pass. Nothing McDonough really could have done about it, as that made it a 1-0 game. And so you move to the second period, Wranglers needing something. They certainly brought out the heat to start the second period. Wranglers were getting shots on goal, had a power play chance, which they ultimately scored on, with Jack McDonald picking up his second goal of the year from Papaspropoulos and Ganon. Just about a little over 2 minutes into the second period to make it a 1-1 game, but for the Wranglers, bringing the heat to start the second period, they were absolutely buzzing. A couple key shot blocks from the Warriors held them off the scoreboard as it's just a 1-1 game, and then ever since, it's been all Warriors as Oklahoma were able to get goals from Cooper Bollinger, the Air Force commit, make it 2-1, and 2 goals from Drew Sutton, 1 on 4-on-4 action, and 1 on the power play to make it 3-1 and then 4-1 respectively. So for the Wranglers, in a 3-goal hole to start the third period, they got a lot of work to do, and the glaring issue for Amarillo, just the turnovers. I mean, coaching staff can't be too happy about that, but good news for the Wranglers is that's something that can be easily corrected. They just have to find a way to take better care of the puck in the third period, and even tomorrow against the Warriors, a team that kind of pesky on the forecheck. As Wranglers looking to climb back into this one. And again, it's not for lack of chances. The Wranglers did a really good job of putting shots on goal. Think about this. After the first period, the shot count was 12-4 in favor of the Warriors. Now it's 16-10 in favor of Oklahoma. Wranglers were able to rattle off 10 shots on goal in the second period to the Warriors 4. There was a much better period in the second period for Amarillo than it was in the first in terms of generating offensive chances. But again, the issue was the turnovers and the chances, of course, on the power play for Oklahoma. And Oklahoma made no mistake and was able to cash in on those opportunities. Of course, you mentioned the shot blocks earlier by Oklahoma. I mean, that shot count, those shots actually got towards the goal would be much, much higher. As it might have saw at least maybe 10 block shots, if not more, from the Wranglers in the second period. So I think for Amarillo, they did all the right things at the top of the second period. Were able to get a goal out of it, but it wasn't enough as Oklahoma was able to turn the tides because the Wranglers were ultimately letting them back into the game with those turnovers and the penalties. So I think for Amarillo, you just kind of have to keep your head up, put that in the rearview mirror, understand that you've got to be a little bit more careful with the puck and careful about what you do, away from the puck and really after the whistle, trying to find a way to stay out of the penalty box. And Amarillo was able to do what they did to start the second period, come out the way that they did, play that way to start the third period. I firmly believe that they have a chance to start scoring some goals if they play like that, but And you can't keep finding ways to give Oklahoma chances to score. So that's really the outlook for the third period for the Wranglers. Again, 20 minutes to play, plenty of time for the Wranglers to get back into this game. Although they're going to have to work quickly and efficiently if they want to find a way to tie this game up and ultimately win it. And after that fourth Oklahoma goal, the Sutton goal, Connor McDonough's night is now over. Luka Gons has entered the game in place of McDonough. And you know, you really can't chalk up all those goals on Connor McDonough. I think that the ones that were turnovers, there was not a lot he really could have done. The first one, cross-crease pass, really couldn't make the save there. Second turnover goal where it was Drew Sutton on the 4-on-4. Again, that was another one where McDonough was able to make the initial save by sprawling out, kind of just laid everything out on the line, took a gamble there, which made the initial save, but the puck was lying all alone in the blue paint, and Sutton was able to jab it home for his first of the night. And so for the Wranglers, just maybe not want to put all those goals on Connor McDonough, but sometimes as a coaching staff, you need the executive decision to kind of just make that goaltending switch, not because the first guy was playing bad, but more so because you just kind of need a spark and need to stop the bleeding. So Brian Anderson throws Luka Gons into the game. We'll see how he fares in the third period as the Wranglers try and get back into this game. Warriors looking for their first point in the Hoser Cup rivalry series. Amarillo has 4, Odessa has 1. And of course, 2 standing points up for grabs in the South Division. So we'll look at the South Division scores and the South Division standings. We come back from our break in just a few minutes here on the second intermission report. It's the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Trace Day, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Dude, perfect.
Welcome back to the second intermission report. 4-1 game in favor of the Warriors here from Blazers Ice Center in Oklahoma City. As Wranglers looking to try and find a way to climb back into this one in the third period. As they're currently putting together a game plan as we speak in the second intermission. Checking in some scores from around the South Division. Big night for some teams as the Shreveport Mudbugs open up a can on the Colorado Grip. They get an 8-3 victory over in Greeley, Colorado. Wranglers will see Shreveport on Thursday and Friday. Reminder that that game on Thursday is an 11 a.m. puck drop, early riser, because it's the Kids' Day game. So wake up early, make yourself some breakfast, throw a pot of coffee out there, and make sure you're ready for it, because it's going to be an early riser. Make sure you're there. Other South Division action includes El Paso and Odessa battling over at Ector County Coliseum. El Paso with a 1-0 lead at the midway point of the third period. Only goal was scored by Gavin Duckworth of El Paso. Wranglers will see the El Paso Rhinos around Thanksgiving time. Lone Star Brahmas are over at American Bank Center taking on the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. And things are not looking good for Corpus Christi as Lone Star has a 4-0 lead at the bottom of the second period. Other action around the league, Maryland defeats Danbury 7-3, so he put up the touchdown and the extra point on the hat tricks. Rough start to the season for Danbury. Maryland rolls on as they pick up the win there. New Jersey defeats Johnstown 5-2. Rochester defeats Northeast 2-1. St. Cloud has a 3-2 edge over North Iowa. 16:03 to go in the third period. Austin 1-0 over Minot. Middle of the third period there. Minnesota 2-0 lead over the Chippewa Steel midway through the third period over at Iron Trails Event Center. Bismarck 2-0 lead over Aberdeen. 15:32 to go in the third over to VFW Sports Center. Coming up later on in the evening, you got Wisconsin and Anchorage, Janesville and Fairbanks, and Springfield and Kenai River. And those Alaskan games that are going to get well underway towards the end of the evening. So if you're willing to pull an all-nighter, maybe a late-nighter, get some coffee and energy drink of your choice and sit back, relax, and enjoy some hockey on NATV. If you're on YouTube, I urge you to head over to the Utah Grizzlies audio feed. They're currently battling their longtime rivals, the Idaho Steelheads. Tyson Whiting, good friend and colleague, has the call over at the Maverick Center in West Valley City. So go check it out. The audio feed will be on YouTube just like ours, so go check it out. Tell Tyson Guy sent you. It's a fun night in the world of hockey. We're coming up on third period action here from Blazers Ice Center. A fresh sheet of ice out there. Zambodi will take its final lap here and then head off. We won't see it again until the end of the game, where for the Wranglers, hopefully it'll be a comeback victory. And they'll head back to the hotel happy, but a lot remains to be seen for the Wranglers. Again, just kind of shore up those turnovers, come out the way that you started the second period, be in good shape, but certainly the next goal has to go the Wranglers' way. So look at some big-time playmakers. First, gotta look at that first line. Already picking up a goal from Jack McDonald. Maybe he could do it again. Ivy brothers are always dangerous. Topi Puikkonen seems to find a way to not only score, but generate high-scoring chances on that second line with Alex Papastropoulos and Roman Zapp. I also like the way that Tommy Chunchikov has moved throughout the course of this game. He's due for a goal. Maybe he picks up his first of the season to get the Wranglers back in this one. We've also seen the Wranglers defense take some chances in this game. Trey Williams and Nolan Gagnon, a good pair for Amarillo. We've also seen Kyle DeMarco start shooting the puck more as the season rolls on. See if maybe he can get his second goal of the year. Likewise from Drew Jeffers. So we'll see what happens here in the third period, but the Wranglers certainly need to get that next goal, and they need to do it quickly. You don't want to find ourselves scrambling around in the late stages of the third period. We'll see what the Wranglers are able to do. Luka Gons in goal. And this game is anything like the other 3 that we've seen between the Warriors and the Wranglers so far, it's going to come right down to the final minute. So a Wranglers comeback is not entirely out of the question. Wranglers are probably one of the most resilient teams in the South Division. They've shown it all year long, and they will do anything it takes to stand up for each other, fight for each other, and fight till the very end. So I think tonight will be no different for Amarillo. Looks like Connor McNaughton will be back for the 3rd period after serving his time for fighting Max Dronin in the 2nd period. We'll see if Dronin returns as well. McNaughton back into the game, and this is a guy that found a scoring touch, had a 3-game goal streak snap last night. We'll look to start a new one here tonight. Perhaps he could be a big name for the Wranglers to get on the board here in the 3rd period. Only time will tell, so stick around on NATV and YouTube to find out. This is one of those ones where you might want to pick up a snack, pick up another beverage of your choice if you've already finished it, and really kind of just sit back, relax, and watch the Wranglers go to work. We'll see what happens here, but for me, I'm getting kind of hungry, and it's really cold in this building. So everyone out there, do me a favor, pick up a good snack, have a good dinner. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show as both teams have retaken the ice. Warriors skating from right to left. Wranglers from left to right. As they will huddle up the bench, Ryan Anderson gives his instructions, got out that little whiteboard drawing things up for the Wranglers. Again, the memo here probably from the coaching staff, if I have to imagine, to come out, play hard, and get the next one early on in the 3rd period. See what the Wranglers do, and if they're able to do that. Got a good crowd here at Blazers Ice Center. Got a few interesting jerseys in the mix. I thought I saw one of those throwback Washington Capitals jerseys. And a lot of Warriors jerseys, of course. Saw 2 Blackhawks jerseys last night. They're not in attendance here. Good crowd from Blazers Ice Center. Warriors, the defending champions of the North American Hockey League, looking to defend their title this season. So Ben Ivey will take the draw against Max Dronin, who has served his time for fighting. Oklahoma starting that line of Dronin, Bollinger, and Gross-Didier. They were starting their top line of the Ivey brothers and Jack McDonald. Off the draw, Wranglers will send the puck deep into the Warriors zone. After it is Chesler, backhanded to Ricky. Throws it back across to Chesler, up ahead looking for Bollinger. Glances off his stick. After it is Gagnon. They'll find Williams. Wranglers wrap it around left side. Ben Ivey across, looking for Gagnon, streaking ahead. Puck is just a little too far ahead of him, but he's able to get it back. Gagnon goes left side, collides with Howard. His stick goes flying. Puck goes the Warriors' way. Wranglers able to get it back though. Ben Ivey finds McDonald. Back to Ivey. One-timer blocked by Bollinger. Picked up by Jack McDonald, far side, tries to center it back for Ben Ivey. Puck goes into the skates of Ben. He's able to try and get it back to McDonald, where the Wranglers will just kind of reset, find Richie in the neutral zone, get back to work on offense. Right side, DeMarco shoots, and snared out of the air by the glove of Johnson. Exactly 1 minute off the board here in the 3rd period. Draw will be to the left of Dylan Johnson, near circle of the Warriors zone. Out to take it is Roman Zapp. With him are Puikkonen and Papaspropolis. On the blue line, you've got Richie and DeMarco. Wranglers win it. Papaspropolis whisks away from the pressure, throws it to the slot, and a save made by Johnson on the redirection from Roman Zapp. We've seen Zapp score a few goals off of redirections this season. There's a good look for him there. Johnson was ready for it. Minute 5 off the clock in period 3. Wranglers win that next draw. Puikkonen gets it caught up in the skates. Puck pops up in the air. Wranglers can't corral it. They'll seal it back though at the point, although they can't hold it at the blue line as the Warriors brought the heat. Racing after it in his own zone is TJ Ritchie's able to get it away from pressure. Find Puikkonen in the neutral zone. Sutton will intercept his pass. He was trying to throw it onto the near side. Ritchie will reclaim it in his own zone. Let's go D to D. DeMarco from center ice. Stretch pass up ahead for Zapp. They'll chase after it. Below the goal line, Roman Zapp being pressured by Dominic Elliott. Puikkonen comes away with the puck. Topi Puikkonen. Far point for Henry McRoberts. He'll shoot. It's blocked by Nelson. Puck comes back to McRoberts. He'll drift down low. Dominic Elliott will chip it back along to the far side wall for Nelson. Finds Sutton in the neutral zone, and he will just flip it on goal to Gons, who will keep it moving. Finds Drew Jeffers. Jeffers shakes away from the pressure. Goes at left side for Papaspropoulos over the red line. Wranglers throw it in. Goes around to the near corner. Grayson Gerhardt's there to meet it. Puck gets sent along to the far side wall. McRoberts will once again pitch it back down low. Finds Connor McNaughton. Gets it up to the near point. Jeffers throws the puck down to McNaughton. Goes past him. Comes to Luke Morris. Morris backhands it. Nobody there except for the Warriors. They'll work it back out to center. Wranglers able to meet the puck. McRoberts will chop it into the offensive zone where Vig was waiting for it. The Warriors will lift it down towards Gons. And they'll go off for a change. Drew Jeffers waiting behind his net, surveying the scene, trying to determine what the Wranglers want to do on this next breakout. Jeffers dropping off for McNaughton. Gets it back to Jeffers on the left side. He'll bank it off the far side wall. Warriors meet the puck and once again will sky it into the Wranglers zone. Rosa down low. Homer centers one, goes by Speck. It's picked up by McNaughton. Connor McNaughton, left side, gains center red. He will just dump it in as that line goes off for a change. On come McGuire, Chunchikov, and Phillips. Gagnon can't corral the puck, and racing after it was Thiesing. He kind of just pitched it towards the goal, but it ran up the shaft of the Wranglers defenseman's stick and went up into the netting, so we get a whistle with 16:27 to go in period 3. Draw will be to the right of Luka Gons, near circle of the Wranglers zone. Draw is won by Oklahoma. Get to the line. Schessler, cross, far point. Elliott shoots, direction out in front. Save made by Gons. And he's able to hold it with 16:19 to go in the third. Good look there for Oklahoma. We're able to get the redirection out in front, but Luka Gons was sharp as a tack and was able to make that save. Off the draw. Puck goes below the goal line, up and out of play again. So we get another face-off, same spot. Wranglers getting some fresh bodies on the ice. On come the Ivy brothers and McDonald. Gagnon and Williams will stay out there on defense for Amarillo. Off that draw, Oklahoma wins. They get a far point for Elliott. He will tap it down below the goal line. Meeting it is Ben Ivy. Tries to lift it back up to McDonald, and he does. McDonald dives to get the puck back up to Ivy in the neutral zone. Finds Jack Ivy over the blue line. Warriors are able to hack the puck down towards Gons. He's out to play it. We'll slow it down for Gagnon. We'll spring it out right side. Flip it up ahead to Jack Ivy. Sees a glance off his stick. Chasing after it is Ben Ivy as the Wranglers go to work in the offensive zone. Jack McDonald after the puck. Gets tied up with the Warrior. It's Dronin who steals the puck away and will spin it on his backhand to the far side wall. Goes Didier towards the middle. Dangerous pass in his own zone is corralled by Brenner. Tries to get it out, but it's held by DeMarco at the near point. Wranglers throw it towards the slot, nobody home. As the neutral zone, DeMarco will slam it in. Picked up by Ben Ivy, left side, gets it to Richie at the point. Across, DeMarco, back to Ben Ivy, left side. Spins away from pressure, gets it down low for McDonald. On his forehand, Jack McDonald splits the D as he's looking for Jack Ivy. Wranglers can't get the puck back though. It's coming away with it is Oklahoma. They'll get it back out to center. Dumping in on Gons, slows it down, keeps it moving for TJ Ritchie. Ritchie feeling the pressure from Puikkonen will get it back to DeMarco, his D partner. Is met by the Warriors. Sutton will jam it back down below the goal line. Puikkonen, far side, tries to evade the pressure from Ritchie. Puck is scooped up by Roman Zapp, goes right side for Papadopoulos. Chip it in across the red line. Warriors once again picking up that puck, sending it back out to the neutral zone. Puikkonen to Vig. Tries to send one towards Howard's way in the middle, but Wranglers were able to get in the way of that. In the neutral zone, Jeffers trying to chop it forward. Oklahoma getting in the way of it. Amarillo will get some extra help in to dump the puck in. They get a partial change here. Far corner of the Warriors zone. Papadopoulos comes away with the puck. Finds Gerhardt, works his way to the near side wall. Tries to go back up to the point for Jeffers, but just couldn't hold it at the line. Comes back to Gons. He'll do a stretch pass up for Gerhardt. Finds McNaughton in the corner. Around. Wranglers can't hold it in. Morris finds the puck at the center ice logo. Goes to the right side for McNaughton, who takes a hit from Chesler. As Oklahoma's Ricky feel the wrath of Luke Morris as he's on the forecheck. Wranglers lose it at center ice, left side. Chesler working his way in for a shot. Save made by Gons. Puck is loose. And comes to Morris. Stolen away by Carlisle. Below the goal line, Oklahoma moves it left side for a shot that goes off the end wall. Picked up right side by Nelson. Feels the force of Luke Morris as he crunches him against the boards. As the whistle is blown, looks like there's going to be a penalty on Morris for that hit, as Nelson's just now getting up to his feet. 12:54 to go in the third. So for the Wranglers, not really the situation you want to be in at this point in the game, down by 3, heading to the penalty kill, but that's exactly the situation that they're in. And so, critical moment here. Oklahoma jumps out to a 5-1 lead. That might just put this baby in the rearview mirror. But if Amarillo is able to get the kill, then there's signs of life from the Wranglers. You know, we talk about the momentum after a power play. Sometimes when a power play isn't scored, it's the momentum after a power play that can carry over and give teams momentum. I sometimes think that it is also the case for a penalty kill. A solid penalty kill can also lead to momentum for the team that just killed the penalty, and potentially help them go the other way and score. Kind of gives your team a little bit of confidence. So it looks like you've got the Ivy brothers, Ritchie and DeMarco out there to open the penalty kill for Amarillo. The Warriors, you got Dronin, Nelson, Bollinger, Sutton, and Ricky on the power play. Speaking of Ricky, he holds it at the near point, goes to the half wall for Nelson. Back to Ricky. Tries to return it to Nelson, but good disruptive work by Jack Ivy to force an error on the Warriors' part. Warriors send it down, kill some time on the opening stages of this power play. Ricky gains Wranglers blue, and will wrap it around. Finds Sutton, jam it below the goal line. Just get it back to Dronin, but he picked up by TJ Ritchie, and he will clear it down and kill even more time off the power play for Oklahoma. Chesler patiently starting the attack. Left side breakout for Oklahoma. Carlisle Tries to throw it up ahead, but the pass is intercepted by Jeffers. He finds Doherty, and he will clear. Wranglers doing a good job here to start the penalty kill. Although, if you're Oklahoma, you're not really too eager to really score. I mean, you got a 3-goal lead, and might as well just kill some time as Buick throws it towards the middle, misses Carlisle in the slot, comes to Elliott far point. He will send it around to the near side boards, but it will be taken by Drew Jeffers. He'll work his way to the neutral zone, find McDonald at center ice, and he will throw it off the end wall, kill even more time off the penalty. 25 seconds remain on the penalty to Luke Morris. Left side, Warriors. Howard will jam it in. After it is Doherty. Pressuring him is Elliott. Puck is pinned up against the end wall of the Wranglers zone. Homer across, near point. Chesler shoots. Is up the stick of Papaspropoulos and out of play. 3 seconds of power play time remain for the Warriors. 10:57 to go in the third. So for the Wranglers, it looks like, barring a miracle here, they're going to come away with the kill on the penalty. Afterwards, they'll quickly have to go to work, down by 3. We're a little ways above the midway point of the third period. Time slowly dripping off the clock as it's not in the Wranglers' favor. So we'll see what the approach is here from Ryan Anderson and company. On the near circle of the Wranglers zone, Chunchkov will take it for Amarillo. Warriors win the draw. Shot by Homer is swallowed up by Gons. With 10:54 to go in the third, and we're back to 5-on-5 action. Once again, the draw will be in the far circle, or in the near circle of the Wranglers zone. Looks like we have our media timeout. Warriors lead 4-1. Come back in 1 minute, and we'll find out how this one ends from Blazers Ice Center. It's the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Trace Day, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Dude, perfect.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, where the Wranglers are currently down by 3 as the Warriors hold a 4-1 lead with 10:54 to go in the third period. Wranglers recently just got the kill on the penalty, looking to go the other way and score some goals of their own. Starts with the defensive zone draw, won by Amarillo. Lifted up ahead, looking for Gerhard. Goes past him, and the neutral zone will be picked up by Speck. They'll carry it over the Wrangler line. Dump it in. First man on it is Williams for Amarillo. Sends it around to the far side wall of the Wranglers zone. Brenner all alone shoots, just didn't get a lot of mustard on it. The Wranglers quickly take it and go the other way. Phillips into offensive territory, shoots, and it went off a stick and harshly off the glass. The end wall of the Warriors zone, they pick it up in neutral zone. Gain center red, fired it in as they go for a change. Williams up ahead. Boulanger stops that attempt in the neutral zone. He'll send it back down into Amarillo territory. McDonald up ahead. McDonald left side, tries to find Ivy in the middle. Puck hopped over his stick. Wranglers hold the puck in at the near point, or excuse me, the far point by McRoberts. As Dronin has it. Battle on the boards in the far side of the Warrior zone. Coming away with his Ben Ivy. Finds Jeffers. Score! Drew Jeffers picks up his first goal as a Wrangler. And it's a 4-2 game. Another day, another goal from a Wranglers defenseman. This time, it's Drew Jeffers in his 4th game as a Wrangler. Picks up his first goal as a boy in blue. And he makes this game a little more interesting as Wranglers were able to peel the puck away off the far side boards. Ben Ivy found Jeffers streaking in. What a rocket of a shot from the Wranglers defenseman. Wranglers looking to go right back to work, dump it into Oklahoma territory. Below the goal line, wrap it around to the far side wall. Wranglers try and pitch it back towards the goal, but Oklahoma swarms it. We'll get it right side for Nelson in the neutral zone. Up ahead for Spruill. Defending him well is Drew Jeffers, the most recent goal scorer. He'll get it up ahead for Papastropoulos, left side of the neutral zone, tries to go around the defense. Instead gets directed to the wall, and Oklahoma will steal it away. Left side, Chesler fires it in. Gons out to play it, finds it right side for DeMarco. Kyle DeMarco will sky it up ahead. Gloved down by Chesler. 8:48 to go in the 3rd period. Most recent goal was scored by Drew Jeffers. Assisting him, Jack McDonald and Ben Ivy. Multi-point game for Jack McDonald tonight, as he scored the first Wrangler goal. DeMarco chasing after the puck below his own goal line. Turnover and they score. Riley Bruick gets it back. It's a 5-3 game. For Riley Bruick, that's his 3rd goal of the year. He makes it a 5-2 hockey game with 8:31 to go in period 3. So for the Wranglers, it's once again a 3-goal hole. See if they can get the next one here to climb back into this game. Puck goes out of play. We get a stoppage here with 8:25 to go. Yeah, it's just a tough break for the Wranglers. Again, unable to corral the puck in their own zone, and Bruick was all alone in front of the goal, and he sniped it past Luka Gons. Assisting him are Drew Sutton and Caden Nelson. So for Sutton, he's now got 2 goals and an assist. The Wranglers go back to work in the offensive zone. Konchakov up to the line for Williams, across, Gano, back to Williams. A high point, takes a shot, goes off a few sticks, and goes to the near corner of the Warriors zone. Sutton will come away with it. Tries to get out, but he can't. McNaughton finds Gerhard. Right point, Gagnon all alone. Towards the middle, tries to find Gerhard for a tap-in. Puck goes high in the air. Brought down by the Warriors. Holding in is McNaughton. McNaughton shoots, and a save made by Johnson. Turnover by the Warriors in their own zone. Connor McNaughton with a prime scoring chance, but Dylan Johnson was up to the task. Still a 5-2 game. 3-goal lead for the Warriors. Off the draw. Wranglers try and work back up to the point. Bollinger gets in the way of that. Finds Gross Didier moving up ahead. Warriors will drift into the Wranglers zone. Amarillo trying to find another goal here. Ruick goal was scored 55 seconds after the Jeffers goal. Kind of sucked all the momentum away from Amarillo. Stoppage with 7:12 to go in the third. Neutral zone draw in front of the Warriors bench. Ben Ivy will take it for Amarillo. Sebastian Speck for Oklahoma. Puck goes towards the boards. Now it's flipped in to the Warriors. They will play catch on defense. Teasing. Now right side, looking for Homer. Sees the puck go behind him. Jack Ivy up ahead. Left side, looking for McDonald. McDonald tries to peel the puck away from Brenner. Make that Chesler, 15, not 5. It's Chesler. Can't get out of his zone. Zone's held in by DeMarco. DeMarco to the goal. DeMarco backhand shot, and it's blocked out in front. And we get an arm raise and a stoppage with 6:35 to go in regulation. The Wranglers going to head to the power play here. So, good opportunity for Amarillo. Looks like it was high sticking. Wranglers are calling for it to be a double minor. Right now they just got 2 minutes up on the board. Peter Rosa's in the box. Looks like that is going to remain the case. So Wranglers on the power play, already have a power play goal in tonight's game, courtesy of Jack McDonald. Look to get their second here as freaking right side is Nolan Ganu. He'll milk his way into the offensive zone. Ganu. McDonald back to Ganu at the line. Moving towards his right. Finds Ben Ivy near half wall. Ben Ivy being pressured by Sutton. Loses the puck and gets it back. To the line, Jack Ivy. Left side, Ganu shoots off the pad of Johnson. Comes to Ben Ivy near side. Ben taking his time. Gets it near point for Jack Ivy. Finds Ganu at the blue line. Left side, Jack McDonald works his way into the high slot. Across, Ben Ivy takes a shot, shoots, puck is loose, and Johnson's able to corral it with 5:40 to go in the third and minute 09 left on the power play. Good looks there for that top power play unit of the Wranglers, but no dice. Still a 5-2 game. Wranglers win the draw, get it to the line. DeMarco winds, takes the shot, sends it right side for Papaspropoulos. Papaspropoulos gets it left point for Williams. Finds DeMarco, winds, fires, on goal, save made by Johnson. And he'll cover with 50 seconds to go on the power play. 5:25 to go in the third. Wranglers looking for something here. Cut the deficit to 2. Off the draw, Oklahoma comes away with the puck and they will immediately send it back down towards Gons. Wranglers, knowing time is not on their side, quickly swing it out, right wing. DeMarco, stretch pass up ahead, looking for Papaspropoulos, goes off the stick of a Warrior. And once again, they will clear it down and kill some time off the power play. 30 seconds remain, on the man advantage for the Wranglers. DeMarco, left side, McNaughton into the offensive zone. Papaspropoulos drop pass is picked off by Dronin. The Wranglers have to regroup. Right side, DeMarco fires it in, rolls around to the far side wall, held in by Papaspropoulos. Go across, DeMarco all alone, fires off the end wall. Rebound attempt, Papaspropoulos couldn't get the shot off. Comes to Williams, left point, finds Papaspropoulos, a move to the circle. Throws it down low off the end wall. We're back to 5-on-5, and the Warriors clear. Come back down to Gons. Luka Gons out to play it. Finds DeMarco, right corner. Looking for Zap up ahead. We'll tap it in. Negate the icing. The Wranglers will get fresh bodies out there. Top line comes out for Amarillo. Carlisle. Left side for Sproul. Tries to drop it back off for Carlisle. Instead, throws it right side for Brenner. In the neutral zone, Wilson. Sees bounce off a skate. Jack Ivey goes the other way. Ivey in the slot. Can't rip a shot away. Ivey turns, shoots! Save made by Johnson. Jeffers fakes the shot. Will roll below the goal line. Jeffers for McDonald. Jack McDonald on his backhand. Tries to flip it back up to Jack Ivey, but the pass is picked off by Sproul, and he will backhand it up and down to the Wranglers zone. After it is Nelson. Tries to center one for Speck. Puck bouncing around like a ping pong ball. Corralled by Rosa. Right side. Elliott shoots. Goes through the crease. Vig holds it in at the near point. Chasing after it is Jack Ivey, and they're able to get it back out to center. 3:21 to go in the third. Vig into the slot. Directed to the far side corner by Colin Doherty. To the line. Speck shoots. Blocked by Ben Ivey. He'll carry the puck over the center line. Drift towards his left. Wranglers will get a quick change. Johnson out to play the puck. McGuire applying the pressure. Luke Morris trying to jab the puck away. Warriors feeling the heat. Flip the script. Go to the far side wall. And they'll chip it out of their own zone. And out of play. 2:51 to go in the third. Well, time certainly not on the Wranglers side. Down by 3. It'll be interesting to see if at any point we see Ryan Anderson pull the goaltender here for the extra attacker. I think the Wranglers would need maybe one more goal to maybe convince him to do so. McGuire out there with Morris, Williams, Gagnon, and Phillips. Late stages of the game. See if the Wranglers are able to muster up another goal here. At this point in the game, winning faceoffs is critical. McGuire below the goal line. Sends it back to Phillips. Up to the point for Williams. He'll shoot, goes through the crease. Picked up by McGuire near side. Morris shoots on goal, and a save made by Dylan Johnson to keep the Warrior lead at 3. 2:38 to go in the third. Wranglers generating good chances, but things just haven't gone their way. So Phillips will take the draw once again. He wins it. McGuire. Third point. Sent below the goal line by Gagnon. Morris picks it up in the far corner. Exchanges with McGuire. Gets it left point. Williams across. Gagnon waits. Holds. Drifts towards his right. Now shoots. And jumping up to make the save is Johnson. Puck is loose in the slot. Wranglers scrambling for it. Williams is there, as is Phillips. Puck is jammed along to the far wall and still in the Oklahoma zone. Applying pressure is Morley Phillips. Bryce Howard picks it up. 2 minutes to go in regulation. Phillips, right side, shoots, and it's blocker saved by Johnson. Sutton picks up the puck, drifts it towards the neutral zone. Puck is pinned up on the boards in front of the Warrior bench. Coming with it is Vig. Drops it off for Speck. Now they get it back to Vig. He will peel away from the pressure of Gerhard. Time not on the Wranglers' side, down by 3. Do they have any more Wranglers magic left in them? Puck pinned up against the corner of the Wranglers zone. Warriors content with letting time drip off the clock. Minute 16 to go in the game. Puck still pinned up. They will joust for it, and now they finally get a whistle. Minute 5 to go in period 3. Draw will be to the right of Gons. Near circle of the Wranglers zone. Don't forget, we'll be right back here. Laser Zeiss Center. 7:15 puck drop. You catch all the action on NATV or listen on our YouTube audio feed, which should be another gritty battle between South Division foes. He's off the draw. Warriors win it. Line, big. Send it below the goal line. Chasing after it was Rosa. Rolls along to the far side wall. Homer finds Rosa down low. McRoberts defending him. Phillips in there to try and jostle the puck free. Warriors to the blue paint. Save made by Gons. Turning shot by Rosa goes wide. Picked up by Elliott. He'll send it down low once more. After it is Rosa. Hits his skate. Comes to McRoberts. He'll throw it to the old 3-9er Corson McGuire in the neutral zone. He'll lift it into Warrior ice. After it is Luke Morris on his backhand. Turn to his forehand, jam it down low for McGuire. Corson McGuire to the line for Jeffers. Tries to deke around Homer, but instead Oklahoma forces him back out to center, where Rosa collides with McRoberts. Picking up the puck is Dronin, and a huge save by Luka Gons. And that'll do it. Warriors win 5-2. It's a big second period with 2 goals from Drew Sutton and 1 from Cooper Bollinger. Helped lift the Warriors up to a 4-1 lead. And 2 goals in the third period take us to our final score of 5-2. Wranglers post-game begins now. Well, you win some, you lose some. For the Wranglers, won 4 in a row. We're looking to make it 5. But Warriors, the first time in this season series, come away with a victory. And find a way to slow down the Amarillo Wranglers tonight. And the Wranglers winning streak at 4. So, and just again, one of those games where Wranglers kind of let the game escape from them. Costly turnovers in their own zone ended up going against them. Dylan Johnson, have to give him credit, looked pretty solid in net for the Warriors tonight, only allowing 2 goals in tonight's contest. Wranglers were able to take 26 shots in the game. They actually outshot the Warriors. Wranglers compiling like 22 shots in the second and third period combined, to the Warriors 8 in the final 40 minutes, but it doesn't matter as Oklahoma was able to bury their chances when they got them. And so even though Amarillo outshot Oklahoma, it's the Warriors that come away with the win. Opening the scoring 9 minutes into the first period was Sebastian Speck. An assist for Peter Rosa and Zach Homer. One of those plays where Oklahoma was able to pick up a juicy puck all alone in the Wranglers zone. Across crease, Rosa to Homer, and then to Speck, who put home his second goal of the year. Make it 1-0. Second period, Jack McDonald cashes in on the power play for the Wranglers. 2:07 in. McDonald gets his second goal of the year from Alex Papastropoulos and Nolan Gagne. When Wranglers were able to cycle the puck around, take a shot on goal. McDonald picked up the rebound and was able to slide it through the wickets of Dylan Johnson, the Warriors netminder, to tie the game up at 1. But the next 3 goals went the Warriors' way as Bollinger was able to pick one up. Sutton 4-on-4, and then Sutton again on the power play to give the Warriors a 4-1 lead heading into the second intermission. And in the third period, Drew Jeffers was able to pick up his first goal as a Wrangler as Jack McDonald had the puck pinned up against the boards on the far side of the Warriors zone. Was able to peel it away, get it to Ben Ivey, who found Drew Jeffers streaking in. He picks up his second goal of the season, but it's his first goal as a Wrangler, as he was recently acquired through a trade with the Colorado Grip. Drew Jeffers is going to be a big addition for the Wranglers this season. He cashes in for the first time. And he made it a 4-2 game, but 55 seconds later, it's Riley Bruick scoring for Oklahoma to make it a 5-2 hockey game. And really, that's where it ended, as the Wranglers fall to the Warriors 5-2. Well, it's just how the South Division is sometimes. When you win some, you lose some. The Warriors certainly came out, a lot of grit in tonight's game, able to find their scoring touch. And for the Wranglers, yeah, you probably want to take better care of the puck in your own zone, but also ran into a very hot netminder in Dylan Johnson. He was a very tough puzzle to solve here in this game. Wranglers throw 26 shots on goal on him, so Johnson stops 24 of 26 in the victory for Oklahoma. And again, for the Wranglers, they did a lot of really good things offensively. The power play looked pretty good. Second period, probably the opening, maybe, well, whatever, up until the Bollinger goal was scored. So like the opening 10 minutes of the second period for the Wranglers looked very solid. You know, it's one of those things where you bring the heat, you bring all the pressure, you're getting good shots on goal, you're getting chances offensively, and you're not able to score. I mean, the Wranglers able to get one on the Jack McDonald power play opportunity, but I mean, Wranglers really probably should have had more goals than just the one, but big shot blocks for the Warriors, and Johnson standing on his head really kind of got in the way of the Wranglers scoring more goals there. And then turning the tide for Oklahoma was the Bollinger goal 4-on-4. And ever since then, the Warriors really were able to just continue to add to their lead and not look back. So Wranglers generated some good stuff offensively. We'll see if they're able to build upon it heading into tomorrow night's game. I don't think there's any reason to panic for the Wranglers after this loss in tonight's game, simply because they know that they can beat the Warriors. They did it 3 times before. Just about making smarter decisions with their puck, with the puck in their own zone, and finding a way to cash in when they have the momentum. I'm sure the Wranglers will be able to find a way to win tomorrow night. So Amarillo moves to 3-1 in the season series against Oklahoma. They will fall to 8-5-1 on the year. Oklahoma will improve to 9-4-3 with the victory. They now have 21 points on the year. So for Amarillo, pick your head up, move towards tomorrow's game, the final game of the 5-game set between the Wranglers and the Warriors. I'm sure both teams are sick of each other, which means there's going to be a lot of physical play in tomorrow night's game, because it'll be the last time these two see each other until February 2nd and 3rd in Amarillo. So if you got something to say, you want to make a statement, tomorrow night is the night to do it. Otherwise, it's a long way until these two teams meet next again. Also, another friendly reminder that next weekend on Thursday and Friday, the Shreveport Mudbugs will be in town, but that Thursday game will be an 11 a.m. start time, as it'll be the Kids' Day game. So make sure you get up early, get some coffee on the pot, and make sure that you're over at the Budweiser bullpen in the early morning for that Kids' Day game against the Shreveport Mudbugs. Speaking of the Mudbugs, they were able to put up 8 on the Colorado Grit tonight. They win 8-3, so it'll be interesting to see the Mudbugs for the first time this season. Other action around the South Division. El Paso defeats Odessa 3-0. So the Rhinos continue to roll. It looks like Lone Star has a 4-0 lead over Corpus Christi in the late stages of the 3rd period. So looks like all of the top teams in the South Division coming away with victories here tonight. So all it means that tomorrow night is going to be another big game for the Wranglers if they want to gain some more traction in the South Division. So It'll be interesting to see. You can catch all the action on NATV, audio feed on YouTube. I have it all here for you. The Wranglers, let's get back into the win column against Oklahoma tomorrow night. Oklahoma picks up their first point in the Hoser Cup standings. Amarillo now has 4 points, and Odessa and Oklahoma each have 1. Well, I think that'll do it for us here from Blazers Ice Center. As it is a 5-2 Oklahoma win over Amarillo. Wranglers look to start a new win streak tomorrow night. Once again, 7:15 puck drop. I have it here for you on NATV and YouTube. Chiarenza saying so long and good night.